good morning, and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on SABC3. Man, is it a good day to be alive?
Good day and a half.
Yeah. Listen,
Day.
it's Heritage Day.
It is.
Erfenisdag. It's time to celebrate all the unique things we have in our culture, heritage. Right. We've been celebrating food all over the past while as well. But it's going to be an amazing day, and we've got a whole mixed bag of awesomeness heading your way. You're looking good, man.
Oh, thank you so much. So I've got
my
my Xhosa-inspired Heritage Day look going on here. And I'm not Xhosa, but I think the beautiful thing about South Africa and our diversity is that we not only celebrate our own heritage, but we get to celebrate each other in the process
well,
every day.
Nice.
And today's exactly that. I love this. I love this.
Super
Looking
exciting.
suave, my man.
Thank you. Well,
Very
lots on the way. We've got Heritage Day with Umhlobo Wenene. They are in the building today.
Yes.
Yes, it's all about radio meeting TV, which is going to be just an explosive bit of excitement for us this morning.
And someone we love having on the show is Boiti Tulo. She joins us as she's released a new fragrance. We're going to find out exactly what her scent entails.
Yeah.
She is going from strength to strength, man, with everything she's taking on.
But wait, there's more. And then we've got a performance by South African jazz act Dan Shout, who's going to be giving us a bit of that heritage mixture going on this morning.
Very exciting, and there's no public holiday for the relationship. So Dr. Eve is with us today, and we talk about Lobola before the Western ceremony. A very interesting and a cultural enlightening chat that we will be having.
It's going to be a fun one this morning. Stick around. That's a full breakfast basket packed for you this morning. Make sure you stay tuned, and right where you are, here's the news headlines with my man G.
Let's kick it off with our local news, and of course, a very good morning from my side as well. Happy Heritage Day. So National President Cyril Ramaphosa is scheduled to meet with CEOs of major companies in the United States, where he's attending his first meeting of the United Nations General Assembly. Ramaphosa's business meeting is part of his drive to attract foreign direct investment to boost South Africa's economy. The UN General Assembly debate will be preceded by the unveiling of a statue of the late former President Tata Nelson Mandela and the historic Nelson Mandela Peace Summit, a high-level plenary meeting in honor of Madiba, who would have turned 100 this year. Then, sadly, there have been continuing tributes from political parties, parliaments and organisations in the environmental sector after the tragic passing of Environmental Affairs Minister Edna Molewa. The 61-year-old Molewa passed away on Saturday in a Pretoria hospital following a very short illness. She fell ill after accompanying President Cyril Ramaphosa on a state visit to China just last week. Ramaphosa has announced that she will receive a state funeral on the 6th of October. And Sandpark CEO Fundisile Mkateni said she was a leader whose work speaks volumes and her legacy will remain forever. Then a little further afield, pirates have kidnapped 12 crew members of a Swiss cargo vessel in Nigeria. Masul Shipping said its vessel MV Glarus was carrying wheat from Lagos to Port Harcourt when it was attacked on Saturday. The pirates struck 45 nautical miles from Bonny Island in the Niger Delta, taking 12 of the 19 crew hostage. Much of the vessel's communications equipment was also destroyed. Specialists are en route to ensure the hostages' speedy and safe release, Masul Shipping have said. And then finally, the Australian scare over needles found in strawberries has now spread to New Zealand. That was after needles were found in a punnet of fruit in an Auckland supermarket. The supermarket chain said it had taken the brand of Australian strawberries off its shelves. There have been over 100 reports of needles being found in supermarket fruit in Australia. The statement said there has been no reports of any illness or injury in New Zealand as yet, but the chain advised customers to slice up any Australian strawberries before eating them. And that's where we leave our global headlines for now. Now, as we delve into our very busy and exciting sporting weekend, let's kick it off with the good news. Banyana have successfully defended their CASAFA Cup title on Saturday, beating Cameroon by 2-1 in Port Elizabeth. Both of Banyana's goals came from Rafielwe Jane as she put the home side ahead in the first half before sealing the victory with another goal in the 91st minute of the game. Then in our Premiership results from the weekend, plenty of goals. Orlando Pirates beat Baroka 2-1. SuperSport put 4 past Leopards, while Chiefs continue their good form, downing Amazulu 2-0. Staying with the beautiful game, Liverpool moved to the top of the English Premier League table on Saturday after a simple 3-0 win over Southampton at Anfield. All 3 goals came in the first 45 minutes as Mohamed Salah and Joel Matip found the back of the net to add to a Wesley Hood own goal early in the match. In other results, Man City, they crushed Cardiff 5-0. Man United drew 1-1 with Wolves, while Chelsea's clash with West Ham ended goalless. Then on to rugby, the Sharks and Western Province kept their unbeaten run in the Currie Cup going thanks to victories over the Lions and Griquas respectively on Saturday. In Durbs, the Sharks adapted well to wet conditions as they scored 4 tries and 3 penalties to see out a 37-21 win over the Lions. Elsewhere, Western Province, with their Springboks back in the fold, beat the Griquas by 38-12, while the Cheetahs fell to a 14-42 loss to the Pumas, who keep their playoff hopes alive. And then finally, in motorsport, South Africa's Brad Binder back to his best. He took the checkered flag at the Aragon GP in Spain yesterday to win his second race of the Moto2 season. Starting from pole, the Red Bull KTM Ayo Rido lost the lead as he dropped to second in lap 3, but Binder recovered well to eventually seal the win with Francesco Biagna finishing second and Lorenzo Baldassari finishing in third. So Binder will now turn his attention to the next Moto2 race, and that's when the drivers take on the Thailand Grand Prix on the 7th of October. That's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, we've been loving the good morning pictures coming through from you. So we just want to say a big thank you to Pauline Herman from Neisner sending us the stunning sunrise photo. Now, you can expect warm conditions for that part of the country, Pauline, and reaching a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. But on that note, let's take a look at the rest of the temperatures. We start off in Polokwane. Your minimum for today is 13. Your maximum is 31. If you're Mbombela, 16 with a high of 30. Pretoria, 15, 32. Johannesburg, 14. Reaching a high of 30, partly cloudy, and Mahikeng 16 with a high of 32. Klerksdorp 17, 32, Kimberley 16, 29, Bloemfontein 12 with a high of 29. Richards Bay 20 with a high of 26. Some rain is expected in Pietermaritzburg, a low of 16, a high of 21. Wet conditions for Durban, 20 with a high of 24. Mthatha 15 reaching a high of 22. East London 18, 23. Cradock 16, 29. Sunny conditions in Port Elizabeth, 15 with a high of 23. If you're in George today, 12's your minimum, 23 your maximum. Sutherland 8, 24. Cape Town sunny, a low of 12, a high of 21. Worcester 10 reaching a high of 28. Springbok 8 reaching a high of 29. Uppington a low of 20 with a high of 33 degrees Celsius can be expected for today. I hope you have a fantastic Heritage Day. We'll bring you another weather update in half an hour.
Right on, it's your Monday morning. It's a good one, a special one. It's Heritage Day. Now, we know we live in a world that is constantly changing. Life seems to be running away from us, but right now, let's hit the brakes a little bit. And as we welcome today, the 24th of September, we take a look at what happened on history, or in history on this day.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the theme for today, all day, is Heritage Day. And so we look at the fact that in 1995, in an effort to encourage South Africans to celebrate our diverse cultural traditions, we celebrated the very first South African Heritage Day. In 1996, President Nelson Mandela said about the implementation of Heritage Day, he said, "When our first democratically elected government decided to make Heritage Day one of our national days, we did so because we knew that our rich and varied cultural heritage has profound power to help build our new nation."
Oh man, and there's so much to celebrate. Now today, Heritage Day is one of the most celebrated days in the South African calendars. And in 2005, a marketing campaign sought to change the name to National Braai Day in recognition of the strong South African tradition. All of us braai. Doesn't matter what traditional culture you're from. We all braai.
And we love it.
And in 2007, the name was then changed to Braai for Heritage, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu was named the national spokesperson for Braai Day.
Wow. And what has happened to get us to where we are today, 24th of September, Heritage Day? That's our bite-sized dose of history for the day. Seize the day and make it one for the books.
All right, hope you stay tuned to your feel-good breakfast. Heritage Day, and our friends from Umhlobo Wenene are here. So y'all's chap.
Very exciting. And then, of course, Mandela Monday, our hero. We're going to introduce you to them. A great initiative that helps individuals with disabilities, intellectual disabilities. We're going to introduce you to that fantastic organization after the break.
We just start testing your lines. You can start off with kick. Just need to put the beat in. Okay, let's skip drums now, correct? Start bass on 5.
To your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3, celebrating Heritage today. And we've asked you on social media what your plans are. And I'm seeing a lot of people are definitely not going to be doing what Ket's doing there, gardening. Lots of you, Brian, because today is definitely that Como Ons Braai type of day. Your comments coming through. Bonging Kosi Rasi says, good morning, Expresso fam. My plans for Heritage Day are to chill with my family and braai. Hashtag celebrating my heritage. Donald Sishoka says, good morning, Expresso fam. My plans for today is to have a nice braai and to chill with my family as well. Sabelo Gumeda says, good morning, guys. My plans for this Heritage Day is to enjoy my Monday a little and go have some fun with friends. Donay Henry also sent us a comment saying, good morning. Family time and a braai with some of the family. Just a time to be peaceful and recharge. What are you going to be doing today? Head on to our Facebook page and let us know. Hashtag Expresso Show.
Now, can you believe it? 23 years ago, today in 1995, South Africans united to observe Heritage Day for the very first time, a day which we are encouraged to celebrate the cultural diversity of our traditions, our beliefs, and the contributions of all South Africans in the building of our Rainbow Nation. Now, as we are in Dr. Nelson Mandela's centenary year, we have invited a radio station that speaks the language of his heritage, which is, of course, Xhosa, to Expresso today to unite us all wonderfully in celebration of this wonderful day. Please welcome i-breakfast eyondlayo ekuseni from umhlobo wenene abahlobo. Morning gents, molweni njani man? Very good. Always such a pleasure to have you here. The energy you bring with you. How has the journey to us been? I know you've traveled a little bit as well, yeah?
After a very tough weekend, I mean, Mafa was all over the place over the weekend.
At home.
Yes.
We have slaughtered a cow, so I was very busy.
Okay. I'm glad you got it all done as is necessary. But you know, you talk about traditional ceremonies that we have at home and the many other traditions that we follow. Yes. Today, probably the height of those as we come together as a nation celebrating Heritage Day. Pablo, to you, what is the importance of observing a day like this, like Heritage Day?
it is taking us back. It's reminding us as to exactly where we're coming from and where we're going. Yeah, it's very, very important for us. Yeah.
How do you guys see us celebrating this every single day in our daily lives, so that Heritage Day is not just today, but every single day in some small way? How do you figure we could actually do that? And especially when we look at the younger generation and how we can infuse our traditions, our cultures, our beliefs, our heritage in their lives as well, because it is important.
I think three things are important when you ask that question. One, the language. We have to make sure that we teach our children to speak our languages at home. Yes, English might be a medium of communication for business and at school, but I think it's very important that we speak isiXhosa or whatever home language there is for the children at home. Secondly, in our food. What we eat. Last week, only one on Kanya Griyazan. They actually had pasta made from umngqusho.
Exactly.
And thirdly, not forgetting sharing past experiences with the older generation, how things were done, so that we carry the torch, as Lloyd said, so that we know where we're going. We learn the olden ways. We should not forget those. So those three things come and they represent heritage with us.
Absolutely. Now, when I think about Umhlobonene, you enjoy one of the largest listenerships across the country. I think we're talking numbers in the millions. 5.5.
5.5. We come second to Kozi.
Can you believe that? Hey, I'm a strong competition there.
Yes, man, it's a tight competition.
So I'm sure that a day like this on the airwaves is very busy.
Very busy.
Calls. Tell me about what happens on Umhlobonene today.
Our script. A lot of things that we have on in our show today, including the history.
Yes.
Why today is so important, and also the birthdays, the important birthdays. People who are celebrating their birthday today. You see people like Sibongile Khumalo, Senzo Meyiwa, Mama Baleka Mbete, the speaker. Yes, man. I'm telling you. And also we'll be looking at some of the top stories, big stories that were happening over the weekend and the week as we go through the week.
Yes, Mautata Sibongile Khumalo, she sings one of my favorite renditions of Yakalingong. Oh man, that song inspires me so much. I want to ask from each of you gentlemen, because I feel like today is also a day of sharing and exchanging in culture and heritage. Perhaps if you could share with us one thing that you think people out there do not know about the isiXhosa culture or heritage or history that you feel is important to you. Is there something like that you wish you could share with South Africans as a whole for us to absorb and to learn?
We are very loving. Secondly, we call the Eastern Cape the province of legends.
The province of legends.
You talk about people like Tata Mandela, Tatu Tambo, Raymond Mhlaba, and so many others, Walter Sisulu. All of them come from the Eastern Cape, and they're proudly Xhosa.
Proudly Xhosa.
And we also Ubuntu. Ubuntu is our thing as Xhosa people, because we don't mind where you come from. When you visit us, you will feel at home anytime.
And also, you know, there's something that people they would love to they don't know how to say our cliques. We also enjoy our cliques, all those kind of stuff. So we feel very proud of that, because I guess we're the only. Oh, okay, maybe San, other people don't understand this. Is San people, they
that have the cliques in them.
Yeah, the
perhaps
cliques there.
And I think we're the only station in the country that has the spelling B once a week, only in Vernac.
Get in there. That's amazing. That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be hanging out with the crew all morning long, so of course keep it locked here on SABC3. You can also stream us live on YouTube. Listen to Umhlobonene FM on 88 to 106 megahertz.
I love that. Obviously, Heritage Day, not just an opportunity to see where we've come from, but also what we're going to leave behind. So a perfect opportunity to connect with a Mandela Monday hero. Obviously, my interpretation of what an Eden is going to be different to yours. For those who are differently abled, perhaps an Eden is a place where they can find sanctuary, love, respect, and of course, opportunity. And we're going to go to Little Eden right now to find our Mandela Monday hero. And this is a place where they can find exactly that. And hopefully for them, life is made just a little bit more enjoyable.
A democracy is an order of social equality and non-discrimination. Our compatriots who are disabled challenge us in a very special way to manifest in real life those values of democracy. These are the words of the late father of our nation, Nelson Mandela. Today, I'm here at Little Eden, a non-profit organization and a sanctuary for both adults and children with intellectual disabilities. And of course, they are this week's Mandela Monday heroes.
Quality of life, acceptance and community is offered by just shy of 300 fully committed staff.
Lucy, you're actually the daughter of the founders of Little Eden. Tell me how and when this institution began.
Little Eden started in 1967 by Domitilla and Danny Hyams, my parents. Domitilla really wanted to do something to acknowledge with deep gratitude to God all the blessings she had received in life. She came to South Africa and she wanted to do something to give back. And so Little Eden was born.
How would you say the center has grown over the years?
Today we're at 300 people in full-time residential care. So we have many shifts of staff doing day duty, night duty, and the development in the residents has been phenomenal. So we've seen somebody learning to smile rather than learning to read and write. But what an achievement when someone can be happy with who they are and be content in themselves.
Tell me more about the music therapy that you provide here and what benefit does it have for the residents?
We are using music as a platform or as our medium for therapy. We are acknowledging ability, regardless of how small that ability might seem. So for a resident here, they might be able to establish eye contact, lift up an arm to play the chimes or make a sound. For them, that is ability, and that is what we are celebrating and recognizing here at Little Eden. And we achieve that through music and the other therapies that are offered here.
What do you love most about what you do?
Working here really brings perspective in terms of we are so quick to complain. And then you come here and then you see the children, they'll smile at you, they're always happy. They just want that love and care. And I think for me, it's just, they end up being our teachers.
Although these residents don't see life the same way we do, you guys still believe that they have so much to teach us. Talk to me more about this philosophy.
They are incredibly special people, and we are really blessed to be able to take care of them. They really bring a sense of angelicness, and our founders also refer to our residents as angels. They have an ability to really accept and give you love unconditionally, and it is something that is very special.
Why do you think spaces like these are necessary in South Africa?
People with disability are really marginalized within the society, and we give them that opportunity to give support to the families, to be able to give them the opportunity to go out into the world and to be able to continue their life, to continue to work, and also then to give the opportunity where that level of frail care that they so desperately need, we are able to provide to them.
And for some of our viewers wanting to lend a helping hand to Little Eden, how do they go about that?
The easiest way would be to visit our website. It's littleeden.org.za, and there they can make a financial contribution. We also have a very important second-hand shop which brings general constant income stream for our operation, and they can bring second-hand goods to us. And then there's also an opportunity for them to offer us pro bono assistance with regards to some services, and any assistance would really be appreciated.
It is an incredible achievement for what started as a daycare center for just 3 little girls. Little Eden shows how big a heart South Africa has.
It's your Heritage Month, it's your Heritage Morning, it's your Heritage Day as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to be taking a quick break as we go. And by the way, how was about a chocolate muffin there, Princess? Thank you very much.
Does Princess not look like an African princess
She looks beautiful this morning.
Stunning, absolutely
Look at that
stunning.
smile. There's a sparkle in her eye. We love it. Thank you very much.
There certainly is. And then after the break, we're going to connect and continue to celebrate our heritage. We're going to meet Mrs. India South Africa. That's Dr. Sumya Gautam. We're going to get to know her a little bit better.
Fantastic. We're also going to be focusing on Dr. Esther Mahlangu's Heritage Month initiative. We'll bring you everything with regards to that and what went down as well. Cameras were there. Thank you very much, Princess. Have a good morning with us. Stay right where you are. We'll be back just after the break.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
School of the Arts in Johannesburg, as they'll not only be visited by the doctor, but will receive a special, one-of-a-kind masterclass, all in the spirit of Heritage Month.
Abantwana angize lapha nje ngizoba tshengisa ukugwala ukuthi
the Ndebele culture, it makes me really proud and happy.
To me, knowing that South Africa
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso, and happy Heritage Day to you. And since it is Heritage Day, we're shining the light on the beautiful representation of our uniquely diverse country. And this can be seen in a vast range of beauty pageants, empowerment programs that seek to select the best role models to represent the different people that comprise our nation. And joining us this morning is one of these queens, the current Mrs. India South Africa, Dr. Soumya Gautam, who was crowned just last month. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Soumya, it's so great to have you here, and congratulations on your crowning. What inspired you to enter a competition like Mrs. India South Africa?
I always dream about something big to have in my life, and I'm an advocate for women empowerment. I feel that every woman is a superwoman in her own way. Mrs. India South Africa is not only a beauty pageant, it uplifts the worth of women through pageantry. So this is the most important thing why I entered this platform, because this platform has given me the wings to open up my wings and to give my voice to voiceless.
I think that's absolutely incredible, and it's like you say, every woman she's powerful. She's absolutely powerful, and it's just about knowing how to use her voice. And you've had a very interesting journey. It's been 6 years since you've moved from Mumbai to South Africa, and you've been involved with various charities. Can you tell me a little bit about some of them that you're involved with?
I moved to South Africa from India after I got married, and it's a very amazing journey of my life, and it's a transition from being a doctor to Mrs. India South Africa 2018 winner. I aligned myself with various organizations in Cape Town. I ran a campaign with Ukhozi Girls Club, where I educated the young group girls about women's health issues. Because for me, I believe if you want to be powerful, you need to be educated. I'm a brand ambassador of Smile Foundation South Africa. And Smile Foundation work along with the various countries, various hospitals of country, and we try to bring smile to the faces of children. So we provide the surgeries to a lot of children, underprivileged children, and we do the correction of craniofacial deformities. Because I believe it's bringing smile to the faces of children is next to God.
Well, I think it's wonderful that you're able to marry the two. I mean, you said you were a doctor, now you're having this title. And what's the journey like been for you? Because you were the first finalist from the Western Cape to win this competition. I think the last time someone won was 11 years ago from the Western Cape.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that. But how's the journey been, like the whole competition?
It's a very beautiful journey, and I feel very honored and I'm blessed to win the title of Mrs. India South Africa 2018. And I'm more happy because I won the crown to my mother city.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a very beautiful platform because I got a chance to exchange the unique cultures between two countries. So I'm very happy and excited.
Well, I think it's also quite exciting that you get to share that with so many ladies.
Yes.
And what can we expect from you? What does the year have planned ahead for you, or at least your year of reign?
I believe that success is about making difference in someone's life. I will continue to empower the women around me. I'll continue to inspire them, educate them, and motivate them. Because I wanted to show each and every woman in the world, if I can do this, anybody can do it, with self-belief, determination, and hard work. And the most important, the next year I will be representing Mrs. India Worldwide. I'm going for that, and I will be representing South Africa for Mrs. India Worldwide 2019.
Have they announced the destination where it's taking place?
Not yet.
Okay.
We will come to know soon.
Oh, exciting times ahead. And where can people keep up with you? Where can people support you? Because that's what you need. You need people to rally behind you. Do you have like social media platforms or a website?
I am on social media. I am on Facebook, and my name is Dr. Soumya Tiwari Gautam. I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere. Well, Dr. Soumya, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your unique platform with the rest of the country. And I can't wait to see what 2019 and the rest of 2018 has in store for you. So all the best, and please do come visit us when you bring home that international title too.
I hope I will get the second title soon to my country.
Oh, that will be so special. Dr. Soumya Gautam, our reigning Mrs. India South Africa.
Right, let's get into your news headlines for your Monday morning in your national news. President Cyril Ramaphosa is scheduled to meet with CEOs of major companies in the United States as part of his drive to attract foreign direct investment to boost South Africa's economy. And there have been continuing tributes from political parties, parliament and organizations in the environmental sector after the death on Saturday of Environmental Affairs Minister Edna Molewa. She will receive a state funeral on the 6th of October. And making international news headlines, pirates have kidnapped 12 crew members of a Swiss cargo vessel in Nigeria. The vessel, the MV Glarus, was carrying wheat from Lagos to Port Harcourt when it was attacked on Saturday. And the Australian scare over needles found in strawberries has spread to New Zealand after needles were found in a punnet of the fruit in Auckland's supermarket. Customers have been advised to slice up any Australian strawberries before eating them. That's your news headlines. We'll expand on those stories at the top of the hour. Here's Graham with your sport.
What a way to kick off Heritage Day in football. Banyana have successfully defended their CASAFA Cup title. That came on Saturday as they beat Cameroon by 2-1 in Port Elizabeth. Staying with football, Liverpool moved to the top of the English Premier League table on Saturday after a simple 3-0 win over Southampton. Elsewhere, Man City crushed Cardiff 5-0 while Chelsea's clash with West Ham ended goalless. In rugby, the Sharks and Western Province kept their unbeaten run in the Currie Cup going thanks to victories over the Lions and Griquas respectively on Saturday. And in motorsport, South Africa's Brad Binder is back to his best. He took the checkered flag at the Aragon GP in Spain yesterday to win his second race of the Moto2 season. We'll expand on those headlines on the top of the hour.
More than an appliance brand, Defy.
Well, we take another look at what to expect in your temperatures today. And we first want to say a big thank you. And this is to Byron Bivanito, who sent us this beautiful sunrise photo from Newfields in Cape Town, where you can expect some beautiful conditions reaching a high of 21 degrees Celsius. But looking at the rest of your temperatures, we start off from Polokwane. Your minimum for today is 13. Your maximum is 31. Moving on to Mbombela, a low of 16 can be expected with a high of 30. Pretoria, 15, 32. Johannesburg 14, reaching a high of 30. Partly cloudy conditions in Mahikeng 16, reaching a high of 32. Klerksdorp 17, 32. Kimberley 16, 29. Partly cloudy conditions in Bloemfontein, a low of 12 and a high of 29. Richards Bay 20, reaching a high of 26. Some rain can be expected in Pietermaritzburg, a low of 16, a high of 21. Durban 20, 24, Mthatha 15 with a high of 22, East London 18, 28, Cradock 16, 29, sunny conditions in Port Elizabeth, a low of 15, a high of 23, George 12 reaching a high of 23, Sutherland 8, 24, Cape Town 12 reaching a high of 21. If you're in Worcester today, sunny conditions, a low of 10, a high of 28 can be expected, Springbok 8 reaching a high of 29, and Uppington a low of 20, a high of 33 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather for this morning. Another update will be coming your way in half an hour.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand, Defy.
Oh, you know what? You simply cannot think heritage and not think, ooh, Dr. Esther Mahlangu, right?
Yeah, one of our
I mean, she has
icons.
absolutely flown the South African flag high all over the world. And after the break, we're going to be seeing her giving some lessons and some teachings to some students at the National School of the Arts.
Yeah, and speaking of lessons and teachings, as we continue to celebrate this very important day, Heritage Day, with our friends from Umhlaba Wenene, we'll be getting to know a little bit more of the Xhosa language and vocabulary. Words like, unqondo, nqondo. Yeah, put that in your Twitter. We'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is, and a very happy Heritage Day to you if you've just joined us on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Lovely to have you with us, and of course, time for us right now to get to know our guest artists as we do with our rapid-fire series of questions. And joining us this morning, Dan Shout is in the studio, ladies and gentlemen! Deserving of the ancestral ululation. How are you, Dan?
Very well, thanks. And you guys.
Good to have you, man. All right, are you ready? I've explained the rules to you. It's very simple.
Yes.
60 seconds, first thing that comes to mind. All right, we are ready. Start the clock. So, time freezes for everyone but you for one day. What do you do?
Chill with my family.
They're frozen. Which song best describes your life right now?
My life right now? I think my band name, In With A Shout.
If you could call up anyone in the world and have an hour conversation with them, who would it be?
Dave Mustaine from Megadeth.
If you could invite 3 celebrities, alive or dead, to a dinner, who would they be?
Trevor Noah, I'd say Brian Urbana, and Michael Brecker.
You have to relive one day of your life over. Which day do you choose?
I'm not going to remember something like that. I wouldn't live any day over, actually.
Which artist would you love to see live?
The Brantford Marsalis Quartet.
Would you rather give up bathing for a month or give up the internet for a month?
Internet.
Your favorite South African musician?
I would say Johnny Clegg.
Oh wow, Johnny Clegg.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Got to go on Heritage Day with Clegg. I mean, of course.
Well, you have a plethora of other artists that you've worked with as well. But I mean, of course, he is one of the most special artists to have ever come out of the African continent. But talking about yourself, all the way from Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Bulawayo.
Yes.
Oranyamund.
Yes.
Or Oranyamund.
Oranyamund, that's it, yeah.
Arrangement,
that's it.
You went to school in Namibia?
Yes, junior school in Namibia, and then there was no high school, so I had to come to boarding school, which is how I ended up here in Cape Town, and then they couldn't get rid of me. You know?
So you've done a fair bit of traveling. Have all those destinations and the journeys in between, have they influenced the way you make your music?
Definitely, yeah, it's a huge part. I mean, from the time I was raised, I was listening to stuff like Jaluka and, like stuff like Steve Kakana, my dad would play me, and then also on the other side, Beatles and Rolling Stones and all this sort of rock and reggae that you hear around South Africa. And then when I went to UCT, I started to get into jazz. So all of those influences have come together to form my music. Yeah.
So you talk about you grew up listening to like Jaluga and the like.
Yeah,
and then you end up playing with Johnny Clegg.
Yes, yeah.
For a number of years, 2016 to 2013. Tell me about that journey. That must have been absolutely amazing. You're playing sax and keys for him.
Yes, that's right. So basically, just as I graduated studying jazz at college, they needed a saxophone and a keyboard player. So I auditioned for him in his garage one day, and I thought, oh, well, you know, that's the story I can tell my kids.
You just casually walked up to Johnny Clegg's garage?
Well, yeah. They actually invited me up to Joburg to go play a couple of songs and see if it would work out. I genuinely didn't think I would get the gig, you know, and then they phoned me a few days later saying, you're in the band. And the first thing I did was the Soccer World Cup in Germany in 2006. So it was quite an eye-opener going from playing, little jazz gigs in restaurants to big stages and touring the world with Johnny Clegg's band.
What was your first impression of him when you met him? And I don't know if it was before the audition, after the audition, but you meet him as a great man.
Well, he's just a normal guy. He's very humble, very down to earth. Like I say, we were in his garage. It wasn't a big flash studio, anything like that, and I felt really at home. And it was, obviously at first, you feel like when you're a fan of someone's music, you feel like you know them, and then you meet them. So you sort of feel like you know them, but you've never met them before, you know? So all the guys in the band are very down-to-earth, lovely people, and it was a huge learning curve for me, being part of that.
Listen, I look forward to chatting to you some more, especially about one of my favorite artists, at least who wrote one of my favorite songs that I love to perform, Winston Mankunku.
Yes.
The fact that you've performed in so many countries, recorded over so many countries, and you've traveled extensively, and we're so proud to have you here.
Thank you.
On our Feel Good Breakfast Show on Heritage Day, and we look forward to the music, man.
Yes, thank you. I've got my band here and we're ready to roll,
Yeah, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Shaw in the studio! Whoa!
Listen, when it comes to taking our heritage out to the world, there's no doubt that Dr. Esther Mahlangu is a living legend in the art world. She's collaborated with some of the biggest brands globally with her famous Ndebele print. Now, in light of Heritage Month, the doctor recently gave a masterclass to the learners at the National School of the Arts in Joburg. Check it out.
Many people can only dream of being in the presence of one of our country's most celebrated artists, Dr. Esther Mahlangu. But today that dream will come true for learners at the National School of the Arts in Johannesburg, as they'll not only be visited by the doctor, but will receive a special, one-of-a-kind masterclass, all in the spirit of Heritage Month.
This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity formed part of a broader campaign featuring the signature artwork of Dr. Mahlangu in the packaging of a favorite part of all South Africans' culture, Albany and Tastic.
We saw Ukok Esther being honored, and we saw just how her status was being elevated and more honored outside of our borders than she is honored inside of our borders. So we thought that as a brand, it is important that we honor our South African legends while they still walk amongst us. We did not wait that when she's not here, then we're saying we're honoring Ukok Esther. And we felt it was a powerful partnership of really two big brands.
Mama, what exactly will you be doing here today?
Inyanga masiko mzile mara ke kakhulukazi ke abantwana angize lapha nje ngizoba tshengisa ugwala ukuthi ugwala kuthonywa njani ngisiba yabona ngoba thina sina rula senze ngerula simethi ngerula senza nje ngehlanza ngesiba manje abaningi bakumangalela bona njani ngesiba njani manje siba soyadosa msuzu uzosa kabuthaka mara khona kubuthaka ayisile efena khani uthi khamba kabuthaka la ubona ngathi mhlawumbe ihlanza siphambukile uyalungisa ube straight.
Why would you say it's important for us as South Africans to preserve and celebrate our culture?
Kubalulekile msiki iculture yesikhethu msi irehe khulu ibalulekile. Umuntu omunye nomunye ozazi kubona umhlobo bani makabamba isikhabo angalahli isikhabo akhuluma isikhabo la kusomuntu. Khuluma isikhenu ukuze izizukulwane zakho zizozazi ukuthi zivelaphi ziyaphi. Ngoba alright angithatha ukuthi mhlawumnye uliNdebele ne na uliNdebele ngithoma ngikhuluma isuthu mzazi ukwazi umzukulwana nami loya unyana enhleke kwenzakalani ngaye yabo khuluma isikhenu nomunye akakhuluma isikhabo sicakathekile yimvelo.
Being in the presence of Dr. Esther Mahlangu was quite great. I mean, like, the vibe was good. Everything went well. Everything went great.
I really enjoyed it. I actually learnt a lot, and this is actually quite a new technique for me. I actually enjoyed it because you don't really get to do something like this very often. So
being in the presence of Dr. Esther Mahlangu was amazing. The most amazing thing ever. She's a queen.
We wanted to insist that she passes on the knowledge that she's got within her to the youth, because that's very important for us, because we want somebody else to be carrying her legacy when she's no longer here to tell the stories. It's a very special day for us, aside from her beautiful artwork being on our pack and everybody just loving the work that she did with our packaging. Just being here today and watching her pass that knowledge down to the youth and the future leaders of this country, it's really been amazing for us.
What do you love most about being in Ndebele?
Mina ngithanda isiko vele ngoba ngibelethwe nalo. Ngithanda isiko uyangibala ngigude njani? Nginenkefu vele sakhula nazo. Siguda. Ngisaliphethe ngithanda isikhethu. Ngithanda isikhethu.
Heritage Month means a lot because we get to celebrate people like Esther as well, who preserve our cultures, and especially the Ndebele culture. It makes me really proud and happy.
To me, knowing that South Africa has so many cultures within it, and knowing that I have, I'm mixed with, Indian, Malaysian, even some African, I'm honored to have known at least some part of where I might come from.
The more you know about the culture, the more you know about yourself, and then if you know something about yourself, you will be able to venture into the world and you will know who you are, and you won't have problems dealing with certain situations in life, and basically you won't walk around with blinds on.
Oh man, it's an exciting morning as the breakfast Eyondlayo Ekseni team from Umhlobo Wenene is with us all throughout Heritage Day morning broadcast. And of course, we are about to look even more deeper into the Xhosa heritage and Xhosa as a language, which of course is the heritage of Dr. Nelson Mandela, whose centenary we are celebrating this year. And of course, the team are here sharing with us their knowledge and their love and passion for Xhosa. Pastor, let me ask you first.
Yeah.
From a cultural perspective, what are the cornerstones and the traditions and the principles that underpin what it means to be Xhosa, especially from a young age?
Firstly, Ubuntu. A child, it takes a village to raise a child. Respect, as well as showing love and being neighborly to the next person.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, it may be family, but you are not allowed to sit and watch while someone goes to bed hungry, or someone goes to bed without a roof over their head. Extend that helping hand to the next person, whether you know that person or you don't.
Yeah. But to you, if I could ask, I mean, of course, as we said earlier on, that Xhosa is the heritage of Dr. Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
What can all South Africans, do you think, learn from the way that he rooted himself in the pride of being Xhosa in the community and how that formed his identity?
I mean, if you look at his journey, born in the deep rural formerly known the Transkei, from Mvezo, where he was born, and he moved to another village, Kunu, where he was still a young boy there, and moving also in his teenage years to Mkegezweni. You see that journey of Madiba, and also coming from the Batembu clan. Dalipunga, that's how we salute him from his clan. And also, if you would look back when during his the Rivonia trial, I remember it was the last day where he was wearing his traditional attire. So he has always been rooted into that culture of Ubuxhosa. He has always been proud of being Umxhosa. So whenever he had gone to, whether he was here in South Africa, whether he was overseas, he was representing Ubuxhosa bakhe. So I think this is one thing, or one of the things that we should learn from Madiba.
And Lloyd, what would you say is the kind of meaning being part of the Xhosa heritage add to celebrating this year, especially with it being Dada Nelson Mandela's centenary?
Now, sharing the language with the icon of the world like President Mandela, that alone is enough for me. You know, there's nothing much that I can say.
Of course, a man who's had such great impact on not just his home country, the world.
The world, and he represented us. I mean, if you say that you're coming from South Africa, they'll ask, do you know Mandela?
Do you know Mandela? Mandela? Listen, this is the part that I've been looking forward to. I'm always looking for a way to enrich myself culturally through learning language. I believe firmly, just as in the words of Tata Madiba, that if you can speak to a man in his language, you speak to his heart and not just his mind. So you are about to teach us, Pastor, some very interesting Xhosa words. So shall we begin?
Yes.
Xhosa 101, here we go, Okay.
Later on, we've got our spelling bee. Now, to the listeners who are watching and will be participating, these are not the words we're going to be having.
Yes.
It's just a paper that I said for Ukat.
By the way, the spelling bee, for those who don't listen to it's called somebody was saying to me, you must have breakfast before you say those words. You might need some. Okay, here we go.
Our first word, Ingripo.
Hey! Ingripo.
Spell that.
Oh, must I spell these words? Yo! Hey, you guys didn't tell me this is my version of Ingripo. Okay, Ingripo. It sounds like I-N-G, Ingri, and then so Q-I-Q-O.
Good!
English.
1 point. 1 point.
Wait, but now you must explain the word.
The word means reasoning.
Reasoning.
It comes from ukika, to think. So ingripo is the process of thinking.
Okay.
Inkwaleko.
Inkwaleko. Good. So I-N Inkwaleko. Would I say... Wait. X-W-A... Okay, say... So I-N-G. Now I'm going completely... Okay, help me spell it.
I-N-K.
I-N-K.
Yeah. X. W-A-L-E-K.
And you know what? There are some closer speaking people who miss that K sometimes. So it's the way it sounds. Yeah, exactly. So that K, you won't hear that K, but
I tell you what, I need to allow my brain to recuperate itself. We'll be back with our Expresso version of Ungondo. And in the meantime, stream us live on YouTube if you're going to be on your way to work. Maybe you'll have somebody there with you. Also listen to Umhlaba Wenene from 88 to 106 megahertz.
Oh man, what a beautiful day it is, eh? Absolutely a perfect day to light those fires as well. So if you're going to be lighting your fires later on, which I do hope you will, because it is Bride Day at that as well, how about this? Some roasted red pepper, cauliflower, and charred zucchini on the braai, in addition to whatever else you're going to be braaiing. Or maybe you can just stick to that. We'll bring you the recipe.
That's quite la-di-da for Bride Day. Yeah, that's quite special. We might have the first braai in the country as well. What an honor. Then you get cool, and then you get ridiculously funky. And Dan Shout, the jazz outfit behind me, certainly fit that bill. Just to give you a taste, brace yourself, you're going to be doing the electric slide throughout your house this morning. Give us a taste. Woo! Yes.
All Expresso presenters and guests fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the presenters of Expresso and fly Mango.
Basically, the hits that Kevin sings. Ba, 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 the last three bars. And then back to Sign. What's the first song? It's called Beer
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on SABC3. Time for us to take a quick moment and take a look at who is celebrating their birthday today, the 24th of September. It is Heritage Day, it is Bride Day, and of course it's a few of yours' birthday, which is quite, I think, quite lucky to have your birthday on a public holiday.
What luck. Well, listen to this. One of my favorites is celebrating her birthday today. It's jazz artist Sibongile Khumalo, one of the most recognized jazz artists in South Africa, who burst onto the scene in 1993 as a young artist award recipient and performing at President Nelson Mandela's inauguration the following year.
And also celebrating her birthday today is South African actress and model Tanit Phoenix. Now, she appeared in a number of films, including Spud, Mud Buddies, Death Race 2, and Lord of War. And in 2016, she married fellow South African actor, that's Shalto Copley. So happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday. Well, if it's your birthday, if you know anyone that's celebrating their birthday all throughout this week, why don't you send us an email, birthdays@kadova.tv, and we'll have a slice of cake on their behalf, right? Throughout the week. But today, we're eating for Sibongile as well as Tafik and everybody else who's celebrating their birthday.
Right, let's quickly take a look at your news headlines. It's your Monday morning. Starting off with the national news, President Cyril Ramaphosa is scheduled to meet with CEOs of major companies in the United States, where he's attending his first meeting of the United Nations General Assembly. Ramaphosa's business meeting is part of his drive to attract foreign direct investment to boost South Africa's economy. The UN General Assembly debate will be preceded by the unveiling of a statue of the late former President Nelson Mandela and the historic Nelson Mandela Peace Summit, a high-level plenary meeting in honor of Madiba, who would have turned 100 this year. And there have been continuing tributes from political parties, parliament and organisations in the environmental sector after the death of Environmental Affairs Minister Edna Molewa. The 61-year-old Molewa passed away on Saturday in a Pretoria hospital following a short illness. She fell ill after accompanying President Cyril Ramaphosa on a state visit to China last week. Ramaphosa has announced that she will receive a state funeral on the 6th of October. Sandpark CEO Findisile Mketeni said she was a leader whose work speaks volumes and her legacy will remain forever. Making international news this morning, pirates have kidnapped 12 crew members of a Swiss cargo vessel in Nigeria. Masul Shipping said its vessel MV Glarus was carrying wheat from Lagos to Port Harcourt when it was attacked on Saturday. Pirates struck 45 nautical miles from Bonny Island in the Niger Delta, taking 12 of the 19 crew hostage. Much of the vessel's communications equipment was also destroyed. Specialists are en route to ensure the hostages' speedy and safe release, Masul Shipping said. And the Australian scare over needles found in strawberries has spread to New Zealand after needles were found in a punnet of the fruit in an Auckland supermarket. The supermarket chain said it had taken the brand of Australian strawberries off its shelves. There have been over 100 reports of needles being found in supermarket fruit in Australia. The statement said there has been no reports of any illness or injury in New Zealand, but the chain advised customers to slice up any Australian strawberries before eating them. That's where we leave your news headlines. We'll bring you up to date with those headlines once again in half an hour's time.
Let's open our account with football. Banyana successfully defended their COSAFA Cup title on Saturday as they beat Cameroon by 2-1 in Port Elizabeth. Both of Banyana's goals came from the fieldward Jane. She put the home side ahead in the first half before sealing the victory with another in the 91st minute. In other results coming out of local footballing action in the Premiership, Orlando Pirates beat Baroka 2-1. SuperSport put 4 past Leopards, while Chiefs down to Amazulu 2-0. Then a little further afield, Liverpool moved to the top of the Premier League table on Saturday after a simple 3-0 win over Southampton at Anfield. All 3 goals coming in the first 45 as Mo Salah got back to scoring ways and Joel Matip found the back of the net to add to a Wesley Hood own goal in the first 10 minutes of the game. In other results, Man City crushed Cardiff 5-0. Man United drew 1-1 with Wolves, while Chelsea's clash with West Ham ended goalless. In rugby, the Sharks in Western Province kept their unbeaten run in the Currie Cup going thanks to victories over the Lions and Griquas respectively on Saturday. In Derbs, the Sharks adapted well to the wet conditions as they scored 4 tries and 3 penalties to see out a 37-21 win over the Lions. Elsewhere, Western Province, now full of their Springboks again, beat the Griquas by 38-12, while the Cheetahs fell to a 14-42 loss to the Pumas, who keep their hopes of a playoff place alive. And finally, in motorsport, South Africa's Brad Binder is back to his best. He took the checkered flag at the Aragon GP in Spain yesterday to win his 2nd race of the Moto2 season. Starting from pole, the Red Bull KTM Ayo rider lost the lead as he dropped to 2nd in lap 3, but Binder recovered well to eventually seal the win, with Francesco Bagnaia finishing 2nd and Lorenzo Baldassari in 3rd. Binder will now turn his attention to the next Moto2 race as the drivers take on the Thailand Grand Prix on the 7th of October. That's where we leave our sport for now.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's take another look at your weather. Before we do that, thank you to Liz Decker for sending us this beautiful picture from Llandudno. She also says, I have no idea who these people are. I just saw a beautiful opportunity to take an awesome picture. If you're in Llandudno today, you can expect beautiful conditions reaching a maximum of 21 degrees. But looking at the rest of your temperatures, we start off in Polokwane. Your minimum for today is 13, your maximum 31. If you're in Mbombela, a low of 16 can be expected with a high of 30. Pretoria 15, reaching a high of 32. Johannesburg 14 with a high of 30. It's partly cloudy in Mahikeng 16 with a high of 32. Klerksdorp 17, 32. Kimberley 16, 29. Bloemfontein 12, reaching a high of 29. If you're in Richards Bay today, thunder showers can be expected. A low of 20, a high of 26. Pietermaritzburg 16, 21. Durban can expect some wet conditions with a low of 20 and a high of 24. Mthatha 15, reaching a high of 22. East London 18, reaching a high of 23. It's partly cloudy in Cradock today, a low of 16, a high of 29. Port Elizabeth 15, reaching a high of 23. George 12, 23. Sutherland 8, 24. Cape Town sunny, a low of 12, a high of 21. Worcester 10, reaching a high of 28. Springbok 8, 29. And Uppington a low of 20 with a high of 33 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather. I hope you have a fantastic Heritage Day. Another update coming your way in half an hour.
More than a club, more than an appliance brand. Defy.
Well, it's time to kickstart your Heritage Day into a feel-good kind of gear. In with a Shout is in the studio, of course, fronted by the man Dan Shout, and they're about to perform for us live. Here's a song called Benny's Farm. That swag. That needs to be like the theme song to my life, man. That's beautiful. Called Benny's Farm, In With A Shout. They'll be entertaining us all throughout this morning's broadcast. The neighbors are enjoying it as well. Did you guys see the neighbors at the back there? Morning! Well, stick around. We'll be right back after a short break. That was sweet.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. Enter the Win a Home competition by voting for your favorite design duo on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance of winning a fully decorated apartment at Paardersvlei Lifestyle Estate, developed by Baldwin Properties, worth over 3 million rand. Plus, you'll automatically be entered into the weekly draw, where this week you could walk away with the incredible Samsung Galaxy Note 9 smartphone. And if that's not enough, Capitec clients stand a chance to win a further 5,000 Rand in cash. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the private property website. Winner Home, every Thursday evening at 7:30 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very happy Monday to you and happy Heritage Day, beautiful South Africa. Thank you very much for joining us and starting the week off with us. Now, if you're somebody that knows about yourself that you eat too many sugary snacks, well, then you're right on time, because we have expert Bianca Tromp, who's here to give us a heads up on the effects of too much sugar on our diets. And good thing she's doing it now, right on time, before we prepare those pre-Bryce or post-Bryce snacks for this Heritage Day. Let's take a listen.
Well, as the saying goes, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But obviously, the same can't be said about too much sugar in your diet. Now, to curb your sugar enthusiasm, stick to a breakfast that will fill you up and stop your cravings. Jungle Muesli Light is made from roasted rolled oats, is high in energy, high in fiber, and also low in sugar, so you know that you're starting your day on the right foot. Back in studio to chat to us about sugar and why too much of it is a bad idea for our hearts is Bianca Tromp, registered dietitian from the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Bianca, so good to have you back again.
Thanks, Leanne.
Now listen, I love sugar, I'm not gonna lie. I have a massive sugar tooth, but let's be honest, why is too much sugar bad for your diet?
Okay, so sugar can also be considered a empty calorie or empty kilojoule in South Africa then, which means that it contributes a lot of calories, but it doesn't really have any vitamin or mineral content, so it doesn't contribute to your vitamin requirements. So having too much sugar will then make us gain weight. If you're constantly having too much sugar in your diet, you'll gain weight, and there's lots of proof that weight is so bad for your heart. Excess body weight, of course, is so bad for your heart.
Now, is it okay to be a little bit overweight? I mean, a lot of people these days are not at their optimum weight. They're not necessarily where they should be. They're a little bit over. Is that good? Is that bad?
So I think the trick is, when do we then do the cutoff? When do we say, okay, you're a little bit overweight? So what's a little bit? So we use the World Health Organization's criteria for determining nutritional status or then body composition. So we use BMI. Everyone knows body mass index. So BMI accounts for your weight and your height. So how much do you weigh for your height? Basically, I have to be honest, I don't always use that when I do consult with patients, just because it doesn't account for lean mass or muscle mass to fat mass. So it just accounts for mass. So what I do like to use is waist circumference. So waist circumference shows you the visceral fat or the abdominal adiposity, and that's then also considered, there's lots of studies that show a strong association with abdominal obesity and cardiovascular disease, developing hypertension, and then also developing diabetes, which is also bad for your heart.
Which is definitely bad for your heart. Now, at what point can one be considered obese?
Okay, so BMI they have the classifications, the limits and the ranges. So if you have a BMI of more than 30, that would be considered obese. Okay. Yes, and then also when you're doing the waist circumference, so this differs between men and women. A waist circumference of 102 or more in men is considered abdominal obesity, and then 88 or more in women is considered abdominal obesity.
And how often should one be going for a medical checkup? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people don't know what their numbers actually are.
Yes, so I think this depends on your medical history and also your age. Yeah. So if you're a healthy individual, you're still young, maybe every 2 to 3 years would be sufficient. Okay. If you do have a medical history, you've been diagnosed with some illness, maybe you're on chronic medication, your doctor will probably make sure you come for your checkups. And then as you get older, I mean, going once a year won't hurt.
Exactly. Wow, well, thank you so much, Bianca. This has been some really invaluable information that you've given us. Really
you,
wonderful.
Leanne.
Well, the responsibility of looking after your health starts and ends with you. And of course, don't be too hard on yourself. We're only human. The trick is to just be a little bit more mindful. And of course, be careful of what you put on your plate. Make sure you exercise a few times a week and remember to switch off and relax from life's chaos and stress as often as you can.
Well, it's your last week right now to win a wonderful Jungle Oats hamper through our competition. And of course, that's what you can win. It's valued at 400 Rand. Now, all you need to do is go onto our Expresso Facebook page and answer the competition post there under Jungle Oats. Also, congratulations to last week's winner, Thabo Mulemuhi from Davidton. And like I said, if you want to stand a chance to win that hamper, then head on over to our Expresso Facebook page and answer the question on the Jungle Oats competition post, and you'll be put into the draw. Simple as that. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
South Africa's original oat champion now has a range of nutritious, delicious muesli. New Jungle Muesli, available in an exciting variety of flavors.
Right, I think we might be the first people to light a fire this morning,
Yes,
Gabby.
we are definitely.
Hey,
definitely.
if you lit your fire already, please let us know. I would love to know. But officially, we're starting with our day. Of course, it's Bride Day, it's Heritage Day, and we're going to sort you out with some delicious recipes throughout the course of the morning. Gabriella joins us right now. Hello, Gabby.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. Now, of course, with a wide range of delicious plant-based products available at Woolies, we're going to sort you out with a braai salad like no other, and we're going to make it on the braai because everything you make today needs to be on the braai. Everything. So we have a delicious roasted pepper, cauliflower and charred zucchini salad on the way that we'll be making on the braai. Well, Gabby's going to make it on the braai for us. Show us, Gabby, show us. How do we do this?
So I just kind of thought, well, we've got so many beautiful vegetables at the moment. Why not make them all nice and charred on the braai? So, you know, what I'm going to start with first, just to show you.
Okay.
We've already got our peppers going over here, which are looking nice and beautiful.
Oh,
so all nice and charred. Can you see?
Love it.
Yeah, so they're actually looking really good because they'll be nice and soft. And then when you're ready for your salad, you just take them off, let them cool down and slice them, which is great.
Beautiful. So we're just keeping them warm at this stage. Okay.
And then what we're going to do now is we're going to add some zucchini, which I've literally just sliced lengthways.
So just like this?
I mean, just slice it lengthways, and we're going to also get that really beautiful char on them as well.
Let me help you on there as well. There we go. Let's get a char on there.
So yeah, kind of be in for a good like maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And just kind of just check them. You know, nice thing with zucchini, they don't need to be 100% cooked through.
Yeah.
You want that crunch as well.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of a squeeze of lemon over there. So instead of chucking our beer over it, as people do sometimes.
All right, so that goes on there. Perfect.
Okay,
what
cool.
else?
So we've got that. Now I've got some conchita lettuce.
Conchita.
Yes.
Yes, crisp and fresh.
Yes, which we've opened up there all beautifully. You can see how the leaves are looking very nice. And what I'm also going to do is Woolworths has just launched this really beautiful, it's a turmeric and chili cauliflower.
Beautiful.
So you can either have it raw or you can heat it up, which we've done.
Yeah.
Heat it up according to packet instructions.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do now is kind of add our cauliflower to our lettuce.
Brilliant.
Yeah, you can see because the cups are so beautiful, you almost want to like, the cups holding your food.
Get it in there.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of put that in there.
And I mean, the flavor of the salad already, I can say, with the charred veggies in there, with the cauliflower as well, that absorbs all of that beautiful flavor as well. It's going to be delicious.
Exactly. And this will just makes your life a bit easier, not having to prep everything, because the vegetables you literally are slicing.
You know, because you want to spend your time braaiing and chilling with friends today. That's what you want to do.
Exactly. So we're going to add that there, add a bit of the saucy.
Add a bit of saucy, okay.
And then
saucy salad.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some avocado, which, you know, because a salad for me is not complete without avocado.
Yeah.
So we're going to open this up all nicely here.
And then get that in there. The keyword is Woolworths. SMS that to 33728. That's Woolworths to 33728 if you want to get your hands on the recipe for our beautiful roasted peppers and charred zucchini. And there's some cauliflower in there as well, along with your crunchita. Must be the word of the day. It says
Definitely.
so nicely, crunchita.
It's a nice word, hey?
It's a nice word to say, yeah, of course. Some feta, obviously.
Some beautiful feta, just for that extra bit of cheese. And obviously, who doesn't like feta in a salad?
You know.
You know. If you are vegan and you don't want to have the cheese, you can
Yeah.
also do some toasted pumpkin seeds as well for an extra bit of crunch. So you're going to put that on there. Then I'm going to top with a bit of rocket. And some beautiful micro herbs.
Okay.
And then a bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to add our roast veg, which are basically done.
That is super, super easy. Let me just check on our zucchini over here.
Yeah, it's looking great.
And you can see. Let's
Yeah, I
see if
think
they
this-
got a bit of a char going
Let's
already.
see, yeah, they're going. They're getting there. They're getting there. Yeah,
But you say they need a little bit more time.
A little bit more time. But as you can see, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this. But then it's ready. So we've got our bit of olive oil, which I'm going to dress with now.
Yeah.
So I can kind of get in the flavour. And in the meantime, while we wait, and a little squeeze of lemon juice.
All right.
And
well,
if you see over there, you'll see how beautiful the
and
zucchini
you can
is
see the
coming
chard
out.
is in there, the charred zucchini is in there, the peppers adding a pop of colour as well. The keyword is Woolworths, SMS that to 33728. But if you want to have any more inspiration as to how to go about a delicious salad for your bride, check out this recipe from Woolies. Oh, that looks absolutely delicious, but for the recipe that we prepared you for this morning, SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33728. And here's our finished product. We have one zucchini that's almost there. We just needed to put it on there.
Just to add
But I want to just quickly get in here. I've got a bit of a quantity of these cauliflower. That cauliflower is amazing.
It's delicious, eh?
Mm.
I tried it yesterday. It was very, very nice.
My mom said never to talk with food in my mouth. Good reason, but it's nice. Give it a thumbs up. I can't talk, I'm not allowed to. Woolworths to 33728. Try this salad, great accompaniment to your meat as well. Or you can just have that on its own. You want to have a taste?
Oh, yes.
This
I'll
is-
go for now.
Just grab a zucchini. That's,
Yeah, just grab things.
grab a zucchini. Roasted just for you. There we go. Woolworths to 33728.
Delicious.
Well, season 5 of Winner Home, it has kicked off, and in this week's Open the Door competition, you stand a chance of winning a beautiful Temper Sensation Supreme Queen Set bed set that's valued at 50,000 Rand. Now, Temper is brought to you by Venkasa, the world's leaders in sleep, with the widest range of pillows, motorized adjustable sleep bases, and sleep accessories.
That's right. You're probably wondering how you enter. Well, what you need to do is visit privateproperty.co.za/winnerhome and vote for your favorite design duo. Now, by entering, not only could you power your sleep with the new Temper mattress range, but you also stand the chance of winning. This is massive. A fully decorated luxury home valued at over 3 million Rand.
Awesome.
Very quickest of breaks, just enough time for you to start your fire outside. It's Heritage Day. I hope you're loving it. When we return, we get into our Tech Daily Update with Brian Smith. He's here to talk about the future of streaming music. Very interesting.
What's that?
Streaming music.
What's that?
Streaming music.
What's that? Bertie Tula will also be joining us, hometown girl, doing amazing things. She's got a brand new fragrance out, so we'll chat about that and more after the break. What's that?
Find
the space you need in a home you love. Private property, a home for everyone.
Enter the Win a Home competition on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance to win a brand new, fully decorated apartment at Paraflay Lifestyle Estate, developed by Baldwin Properties, worth over 3 million rand.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to this Monday morning. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, live, large and in charge right here on SABC3. Now, the Recording Industry Association of America recently released a report that details how streaming now makes more money than physical CDs, digital downloads and licensing deals all combined. Now, if you're wondering why streaming has really virtually taken off, we're joined by our tech expert, Brian Smith, who has promised to let us in on how music streaming has been adopted, especially here in South Africa. So this is quite phenomenal news in terms of, especially for artists, young artists coming through and thinking about how music is consumed out there now that streaming is making up such a large portion. But why exactly has streaming taken off?
That's a great question. So it's the adoption of music streaming generally is a change of music ownership versus access to music. And principally that's, if you think about it, that's actually one of the major reasons why it's taken off. It's the ease of access. It can be accessed by any smart device connected to the internet, such as a smartphone, which is on your person nearly 24/7.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that consumers now prefer the idea of access over ownership, over individually purchasing, downloading and storing their own media.
It kind of makes sense. The idea of having this wall just racked up with CDs or vinyls just isn't as appealing as having 2 million songs ready and available for you to play whenever you want.
At your fingertips, right? And the major thing is that I think the promise of many MP3 players, if you remember a couple of years ago when they came out, was the idea that you could have up to 2,000 songs at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Now you can have a limitless catalogue at your disposal, and I think that's really the interesting factor.
What about from a South African perspective? How has streaming really been adopted here?
That's a good question. So as of the last small to medium enterprise survey results last year, released a very interesting figure in that the music streaming industry in South Africa is expected to grow by 34% up to 2020. So music streaming will one day overtake pretty much all other mediums of music ownership, from physical sales to digital downloads.
Yeah.
And is second only at the moment to revenue generated from live studio shows.
So where do you see this having the biggest influence or impact in the future?
I think in the future what we can expect to see is the idea furthermore of digital ownership expanding itself in different ways. I think principally what we can expect are the music streaming services themselves to release new products catering to different price tiers. So at the moment, for example, what you might have is a free tier, a freemium tier, in which you might have some ads perhaps at far less frequency than usual, or otherwise you might just have a fully paid service. And I think what we can expect to see are different revenue models built within that, and hopefully one that will rely on less data, as that obviously being a massive barrier to consumer adoption is the high cost of mobile data, particularly in South Africa.
Yeah, well, an interesting conundrum that now poses, as I said, to artists, because when you go out there and you're making music, the question now is, do you go for the very attractive licensing deal that's been offered to you by a record label, or do you just go, well, it's a streaming world, I'm sure I can find my audience, it'll take time to build it, so let me just have my music on the platform and try and market it myself. That's a very interesting kind of choice that they'd have to make.
Definitely. Yeah. And what's interesting as well is that we can't discount the fact that medium, the choice of download and the venue where a song is available can influence the format of a song to begin with.
Of course.
What we do see is artists more commonly tending towards developing shorter songs in the range of 3 minutes, staying away from the longer tracks that they might have been able to cut on physical media, simply for ease of access and simply download file size when using a streaming service.
Okay. Brian, thank you very much. Very interesting stuff. I take an interest in things like this, especially when it involves music. And of course, we'll do it again next week. Happy Heritage Day to you, bro.
And to you as well.
Is there a part of your heritage that you want to share with South Africa that you think they might not otherwise know?
Well, I'm actually from Durban, so we might be recording in sunny Cape Town. So I'll give everyone from KwaZulu-Natal a big shout out.
Shout out to you, man. And of course, we're also hanging out with our friends from Umhlobo Wenene, Abahlobo. A little bit later on, we'll carry on with our Ungondo, where they're teaching us some of their most expensive Xhosa words that I'm learning how to spell. So stay tuned for that right now. Time for the news headlines.
Right, let's get into your news headlines very quickly. It's your Monday morning. Making your national news, President Cyril Ramaphosa is scheduled to meet with CEOs of major companies in the United States as part of his drive to attract foreign direct investment to boost South Africa's economy. And there have been continuing tributes from political parties, parliament and also organizations in the environmental sector after the death on Saturday of Environmental Affairs Minister Edna Molewa. She will receive a state funeral on the 6th of October. Making international news, pirates have kidnapped 12 crew members of a Swiss cargo vessel in Nigeria. The vessel, the MV Glarus, was carrying wheat from Lagos to Port Harcourt when it was attacked on Saturday. And the Australian scare over needles found in strawberries has spread to New Zealand after needles were found in a punnet of the fruit in an Auckland supermarket. Customers have been advised to slice up any Australian strawberries before eating them. We'll bring you a full roundup on those stories at the top of the hour.
Football dominating the headlines this morning in our local news. Banyana successfully defended their COSAFA Cup title on Saturday, beating Cameroon by 2-1 in Port Elizabeth. Staying with football, Liverpool moved to the top of the English Premier League table on Saturday after a simple 3-0 win over Southampton. Elsewhere, Man City crushed Cardiff 5-0, while Chelsea's clash with West Ham ended without a goal. In rugby, the Sharks in Western Province kept their unbeaten run in the Currie Cup going. That was thanks to victories over the Lions and Griquas respectively on Saturday. And in motorsport, back to his best, South Africa's Brad Binder took the checkered flag at the Aragon GP in Spain yesterday to win his second race of the Moto2 season. We'll expand on those headlines one last time on the top of the hour. Let's get into our morning traffic and weather.
Thank you, Graham. Another opportunity for us to quickly look at the weather, but especially those beautiful sunrise photos coming through. This morning, we want to say thank you to Vuyo for sending us this beautiful sunrise from Botshabelo in Free State, where you can expect mostly cloudy conditions today, reaching a maximum of only 16 degrees. But on that note, let's take another look at what to expect in your temperatures across the country. Polokwane, your minimum for today is 13, your maximum 31. Mbombela 16 with a high of 30. Pretoria 15, 32. Johannesburg 14 with a high of 30. Mahikeng 16, 32. Klerksdorp 17, 32. Kimberley 16 reaching a high of 29. Bloemfontein's 12 with a high of 29. Richards Bay 20 reaching a high of 26. Some rain can be expected in Pietermaritzburg 16 with a high of 21. Durban 20 reaching a high of 24. Mthatha 15 22. East London 18 23. Cradock 16 reaching a high of 29. Port Elizabeth sunny, a low of 15, a high of 23. George 12 reaching a high of 23. Sutherland 8 24. Cape Town 12 with a high of 21. Sunny conditions in Worcester, a low of of 10, a high of 28. Springbok 8, 29. Uppington 20, reaching a high of 33 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather for now. Another update and a final one will be coming your way at 8 o'clock.
All right, so Standard Insure has continued to help South Africans protect what matters to them most. And this time we're taking a look at policies and claims that come with having insurance.
Now, over the past few weeks, we have had the lovely and informative Dr. Nolwandle Mbalo, the head of Standard Insurance Limited, in studio to help us unpack the critical issue of insurance. Now, it can be very confusing and, much like the fine print, something many of us never fully understand. But don't worry, help is on hand this morning. Nolwandle, thank you very much for joining us once again this morning. I think this morning, let's unpack premiums here for a second and understanding premiums. How does it actually work?
That's one of the customers' pain points. It's interesting you're asking the questions around premium, because what we actually rate you on, you're paying a premium for the assets that you're insuring. You're also paying for the cost of replacement, the projected cost of replacement in the future, and taking into account as well as inflation, the cost of those of items that you'll actually insure. So from a consumer point of view, we'll also take into account your claims history, whether you've had previous claims, the extent of those claims, or the severity of those claims into account. So it is a combination of the factors, your item, your history, but also the cost of replacement of that item, put simply.
Right. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky when it comes to that all-important claims time, you know, when many people might discover that they're actually not covered as opposed to what they thought they were covered for, despite paying a premium. So what would you say is the most important point there?
It is important for you to understand at point of policy inception that you understand what you're buying, what you're getting from the insurer, and more importantly, the value that it actually brings in terms of mitigating the risk that you're actually looking at. I think from a consumer point of view, we take it for granted that someone explained and we shut those documents down and we never look back at actually what am I covered for. And at claim stage, insurers is about trust. So the relationship that we've built with you is that we will place you in the same position as you were before. We want to actually deliver on that. So it's important also and onerous on the insurer to understand from the insured that they understand what they're covered for, so that at the claim stage, we don't seek to underwrite you again and seek to understand what your policy should
Do you
entail.
find that it happens a lot, that people just don't pay attention? Because if you take a look at signing up for insurance, I mean, it's very easy. You can do it over the phone. It's right there, and documents get emailed to you. Do you find that a lot of people kind of skip it away? I mean, we know that it's important, and I know that the documents are there, but do people generally just, you know, kind of forgo reading the entire document?
I don't think it's actually a deliberate intent. I think there's certain assumptions made at the point of purchase that you understood what it is that you're actually covered for. I think people need to actually become very familiar with what they're signing on. From a consumer point of view, maintenance as well as insurable perils are two different things, and you don't understand that up until you're actually faced with a claim. So I don't think it's a deliberate intent, and that's why in our industry, in the insurance, you've got access to a number of avenues that can help you more informed. Go to your underwriter, your insurer. Go speak to your broker. Call the insurer to actually understand what it is that I'm covered for.
Now I need to know this as well, because we've established that insurance, it is important, and is, especially when it comes to protecting what matters to us most, you know, like the house, like the car, you know, the big things. But would you say that it is wise to keep all of your assets and your portfolio under one insurance umbrella? And if you're going to be doing that, what should you be focusing on, or what should you deem as important?
It is important, obviously, to have the same insurer actually looking after all of your assets. You stand a better chance of negotiation in terms of your premiums as well, because they've got your whole portfolio. They're not looking at an isolated case. So it's important to ensure that you've got your house, you've got your contents, your home, and all specified items under one insurer. That gives you a position of strength, actually gives you a point of advantage from a negotiation point of view with your insurer. And they have your profile. They understand the person that you are.
That's the thing, And I mean, there once again, if you take a look at the economic climate and how expensive things are, there's definitely a way or a reason why you should do that, because you can save some money at the end.
Exactly, certainly.
Perfect. Nolwandle, thank you very much for joining us once again this morning. Brilliant topic, all about insurance, but it really feels like we are getting somewhere, and the mist is lifting on the often murky aspect of our lives. Now, once again, a big thank you to Standard Insurance Limited for helping us protect what matters to us most.
Protect your next with Standard Insurance Limited. Get up to 20% cash back on your premiums. SMS Expresso to 31492 for a quote.
Oh man, I'm smiling so much and laughing so much, my face is actually cramping a little bit now, so I'm going to try to get through this. She's such an underachiever. I don't even know why we have her on the show. Poititulo, she is a princess, she is gorgeous, she is doing so well at the moment. We are so proud of her, and we're mates here. We've known her for a long time, so we are so proud to see her release her new fragrance out into the world. We're going to chat to her after the break.
Certainly owning her throne as we also explore cultural learning with our friends from Umhlaba Wenene. We will be continuing and concluding with our Ungondo so that next time when you also hear the Xhosa news, you don't hear
Catch Winner Home this Thursday as the design duos go head-to-head in their first design challenge. Watch the drama unfold as Team R&K, Team Contrast Control and the Perma Peeps go all out in a bid to impress the judges.
Those girls, the sass.
Unbelievable. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Unacceptable. Now we have to fight for it.
Plus, stand in line to win amazing weekly prizes and your chance of winning the grand prize, your very own dream home. That's Winner Home Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours. Winner Home, proudly brought to you by Capitec and Private Property. Grand prize luxury penthouse apartment by Bowen Properties.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. Happy Heritage Day, a very important day in South Africa where we celebrate our diverse culture, our language, our heritage, our beliefs in this beautiful rainbow nation. Our friends from Umhlaba Wenene, from Eat Breakfast Eondlayo Ekseni are here, giving us all the mandla that we need. I don't know if you guys are very much like in tune or up to date with celebrity news. Do you keep up with that? Do you do that?
Yeah, not very much, but I think Pastor is
in fact,
more
Master,
I wanted to know what is the proper Xhosa word for a celebrity? Because South Africans say celebrity, it's not a celebrity. What is the proper word? Usazwayo.
Known person.
Okay, so from now we just take a look at the headlines from Usazwayo.
It's time to have a look at what Usazwayo Bapeshe have been up to. Now, Rihanna has been making waves. I mean, you know, not only has she been a very successful musician, as we all know, but she's also launched a beauty line. Fenty Beauty is doing really, really well. But now, last week, she was announced by Barbados as the country, or the country's ambassador. So she is now the ambassador of her hometown, or her home country, that is. It's been announced that she will be promoting education and really just helping the government go out there and spread all the good news and amazing stuff happening around Barbados. And
she's come a long way from Umbrella, hey?
She has come
and also that song, Diamonds in Transkei.
Aye, man, aye.
Diamonds in Transkei.
Something like that. You gotta love South Africans. We make up our own thing for everything, and we try and localize everything, every single thing. But this is absolutely amazing news. I mean, but of course, you know that they've said that already a cultural ambassador for Barbados, Rihanna has expanded her role, and she reflects now on global influence across the globe on a broader scale, which is really amazing because she'll be talking around different issues related to Barbados.
That's what you call an influencer.
That is an influencer.
She was in Malawi, if I'm not mistaken, over the weekend.
Hey.
Was she in Malawi?
Oh, wow. Over the weekend?
I think it was over the weekend. No, charity work.
Yeah.
But a lot of people actually had a question. If you're doing these things for charity, why do you have to bring an entire camera crew?
That's an interesting question.
Selfless reasons, or is it for selfish reasons?
Yeah, but it could be seen either way, because in one way she's, I think, maybe calling the spotlight on what is happening in Malawi and saying, if you would like to support the cause that I'm supporting,
here it is. Here's what's happening.
Otherwise, you could do it under blanket cover and it's good, but then
no one ever know about it.
And nobody contributes.
But it's so influential as well. It's an opportunity to say, if someone like her can go out of her comfortable life and go help out in Malawi, so can the rest of us. And that's one way for us to see it.
Now I stand Rihanna. Anyway, right now, let's quickly let you know on what's happening on television. There's a brand new TV show that you want to be part of.
Yes, indeed. Are you the smoothest fan of the biggest stars in Mzansi? Well, it's time to put that celebrity knowledge, that fandom to the test in the coolest new game show to hit our screens.
Absolutely, and there's some great prizes as well. Now, all you have to do is buy Tropica and follow the details, the entry details on the bottle. You basically go about selecting your favorite celeb who you think you know best, and then you can stand a chance of winning thousands of instant prizes and also your share of 1 million rand. Now, to put that into perspective, Tropica has given away airtime to over 9,306 winners, all right, to be specific, from the start of this competition.
Are we allowed to enter?
Dude, no. the bottles are there. I'm sure we can. Like,
We can drink, but we can't enter. So are you Mzansi Wood's biggest fan? Well, you've got to enter to find out.
For generations long, Impulse has been inspiring girls through its youthful fragrance and identity, but as the years have gone by, the generations of girls have changed. Therefore, Impulse is on a mission to champion the next generation of superwomen and their new range. Now, they have collaborated with the young, the vibrant, and the oh-so-beautiful celebrity Boiti Tulo to encourage self-expression with Impulse fragrances as the first step. Now, we are also joined by Navida Ramsundar, the brand manager from Unilever. Ladies, welcome.
Hi.
Some exciting things. Impulse relaunching a new range. You guys have collaborated with Boiti. And I mean, you guys are also sending a unique message of female empowerment. I think that's absolutely incredible. Navida, what brought about the relaunch and, you know, just changing things up?
Zoe, thanks so much for having us. So Impulse as a brand has come to realize that, you know, girls these days are different.
Yeah.
They have different personalities, different backgrounds, different interests, and there's also different challenges that they face. And the brand has embarked on a journey to truly connect with these girls. You know, we want girls to use Impulse fragrances as a means of self-expression and self-discovery. We really want to encourage confidence, and we want girls to truly love themselves for who they really are. It has actually been proven that fragrance has a profound effect on mood and in some cases personality. So if I can describe the Impulse brand personality, it's someone who is strong, someone who's expressive, someone who's confident, and someone who's authentic. Which brings me to why we partnered with this beautiful girl next to me. So she truly epitomizes everything that the brand stands for. So partnering with her was a very natural fit. She's created 3 variants in the range. And she's really put her heart and soul into it. And we're very proud. She's been involved from inception. So we really want girls to trust their impulse and, in Boiti's very own words, own their throne.
Oh, I love that. But you have certainly been owning your throne, Boiti.
I've been trying.
I mean, what an incredible opportunity. I mean, Impulse making you the official brand ambassador. You were co-creator. What's that journey been like for you?
It's been incredible. It's been absolutely amazing. I remember when the brand team called me. Firstly, I thought I was being pranked, and I had to make sure that this was for real because I was so excited. But the journey has been absolutely amazing. And I didn't even think twice about working with them because for me, it felt like the messaging that Impulse was trying to put across with regards to relaunching, you know, with regards to spreading messages of creativity and self-love and self-expression and owning your throne. I felt like all of those things were so much in synergy with my own personal brand. So it was so easy for me to be like, I'm a part of it wholeheartedly. And yeah, man, apart from that even, I think my favorite part was the fact that they involved me from scratch with regards to being a part of the whole process, from choosing the fragrance notes to creating the packaging and, you know, just being a part of it wholeheartedly. I think that was incredible. So, yeah.
Wasn't that challenging? I always find like when you partnered with all these options, which way to go, where did you draw your inspiration from?
I think I was just being authentic, you know, and yeah, I think that's the only way to do it when you do it with impulse. I was just authentic, and when it came to choosing the fragrance notes and what I loved, I really just went with what, I don't know, what spoke to me and what felt good to me and what I knew I would love to put on when I put, you know, so as long as it smelled good and as long as it made me feel good, I hope that the girl who puts it on will feel the same way. So,
it's literally Boiti in a bottle, like
basically
a little bit of
you
that.
got me. You're putting me on, okay?
Oh, listen, that's such a beautiful collaboration that's happened between the two brands. And Boiti, the narrative is one of sisterhood, and it makes each girl own and tell her own story.
Absolutely.
What do you hope ladies will take from this campaign?
Well, exactly that. We want young girls to feel like they are a part of something bigger than themselves. You know, they are a part of a sisterhood. They must always know that, you know, there's always someone who's got their back. There's always someone who will always be there to support them. And we want to teach girls to always stick together, you know, because I feel like when girls stick together, something incredible happens. And that is the narrative, for girls to be self-expressive, to be creative, to, you know, to own their thrones and to be true to who they are, but to always remember that there's always somewhere to go back to, and that is the sisterhood.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And Navita, you guys have 7 new variants, never been done before, and you also have the 3 Boiti fragrances. Talk me through the different fragrances that you guys have created.
Okay, so we've actually partnered with some of the world's biggest fragrance houses on this brand. Yeah, so it's bright, it's young, it's vibrant. You can see on the screen there. Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, we've also gotten some. Well, in terms of variant names, they have unique name combinations. So we've got, like, for example, burnt marshmallow and leather jacket. We've got white lace and festival fields. And then an example of Boiti's very own is a tribal soul and endless summer.
Oh, that's absolutely
so
incredible.
cool.
Love the packaging, and I can see why they've partnered with you. What a fantastic match.
Thank you so much.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, especially on Heritage Day, to celebrate all that we are. Navita, Boiti, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it's the all-new range of 7 exciting and never-done-before impulse fragrances. They are available in stores now. And with that, the brand has also launched an exciting new competition where you and your sister can win a trip with Boiti to Disneyland in January. Now check out the brand's social media pages and in-store for more details, and you #OwnYourThrone and #TrustYourImpulse.
Man, talk about owning your throne. Black Coffee talks about the new African dream. That's it right there.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it.
But we continue living our African dream on this Heritage Day, learning about different cultures. It's Xhosa with our friends from Muthabowenen. And earlier on, we had the spelling bee that takes place weekly on...
Not off the hook,
no. No, okay, so the last word that we were left at is Inkwaleko.
That's INX.
Okay,
we're talking INKX.
So what is that?
It means sorrow.
Sorrow.
That's
such a deeply.
So it's basically like
word. Okay. So the next word, we have 2 more words before we carry on to our next topic. So what is the next one?
Inqenqe.
Can you spell Inqenqe?
INKCE.
Wow!
Is that right?
What is Inqenqe?
Corrugated iron.
Corrugated iron. So, Masenke. Basically, Masenke. There we go. All right. The last word.
Last one, Ingowa.
Ingo, is it?
Ingo.
I have to have you try spell this one.
Yeah, that sounds like an I-N-G.
Good.
X-O-W-A.
Wow.
Yeah, Ingo.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. And that's a sack.
A sack. Like one in which you would put like maize or whatever. So
Ingowa yombona.
Okay. All right. So next thing we were about to learn about traditional Xhosa attire. Is that traditional Xhosa attire that you're wearing as well?
This is accessories of traditional Xhosa.
Yes. Can I tell you about this one?
Yes, please tell me what this is.
It's called umnqa. Umnqa, yeah, ngumnqa.
And i-significance yayo eyani? Ithini i-significance yayo?
I think it's more accessorize. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
Let's ask this question. When is Inga usually worn?
Yeah.
I think when you go to celebrations, traditional celebrations, because you want to look good, you want to represent the Xhosa culture.
Okay. So from Inga, what do we have matching the Inga around?
This one is called Isidanga.
Isidanga.
Same as that one?
Would this be all called Isidanga as well?
I think so.
I think so.
Because they say, you know, the person who kills the cow, he
should wear that. Yeah,
Isidanga.
exactly.
That's me.
Yeah, without having that. Yeah.
That is totally me.
Okay. Are you the slaughter? Have you ever slaughtered a cow like live?
I will be doing it in the future.
Quick question though. So if you want to go Xhosa Fashion 101, does your Inga always have to match your Isidanga?
Yes, it has to go
together. So it's Fashion 101. Don't mix them up. Otherwise, you're not going to be making.
And I've got this man back here, Inglili. You put your stuff here.
That's where. And tell me about like fighting and walking sticks, because those come through a lot in traditional Xhosa attire. Are those specifically set out for like utata abadala okanye omnye nomunye umuntu angathatha into fighting stick okanye walking stick?
Young men carry those fighting sticks because stick fighting is a game played by young men.
Yes.
It's dangerous, but you obviously have to have lantonga yokuhlanganisa. Bena neqodu lakho ke ngokoza unaskoza ubetha. And the other one you use to attack.
Love that. All right, so carry on. So you were describing your...
Yeah, this is a man bag. In the olden days, they used to put ikuba, their tobacco inside here.
And the pipe.
Yeah, the pipe. Yeah,
to go overseas. I still don't know.
I don't know what does it mean exactly.
Is it because some of them perhaps were so long? It's as if
when you look at the point.
That wasn't legal at the time.
Wait, so that is what is going inside their movies.
You feel like the passion.
Maybe that was the meaning.
You can, I believe.
I've seen a lot of the traditional Xhosa attire. There's a lot of blues and a lot of blacks and whites coming through as colors. Those are very prominent. Is there a reason for that?
It represents the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. Well, that makes sense.
There we go. And as you see, is there a specific tie-in with the sky and its relation to the Xhosa culture?
Purity and, of course, where our ancestors are. Wow. So it's a clean... how can I put it? It's your pathway between us, the living, and those who abalelukthula.
There are certain colors like white. You can't wear this all white because it's for amagricha, the traditional healers. So if you wear that all white, no, that's not right. Yes, because it should be worn by the traditional
It's also
healers.
knowing what to wear, what not to wear.
Exactly.
What's for
you need to know
what's
even the
not
colors.
for you.
You need to be careful with those colors.
But look at that.
Very important. We're learning so much. Well, we're hanging out with these guys. It's Umhlobo and it's the BEE Breakfast Show. They're still with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso, celebrating Heritage Day today. Still coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to Dr. Eve about lobola before the ceremony, keeping in line with our Heritage Day discussion, right?
We are lobola, Dr. Eve.
And
we're gonna have Boyd Tulo still in our studio, hanging out with us on this Monday morning. Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
to you.
Ooh, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso on SABC3. We did a happy birthday earlier, but we wished some South African celebrities happy birthday. But now it's the opportunity to wish you a happy birthday for the 24th of September.
The importance, you might have noticed I was slightly distracted. Princess, please can you bring that gorgeous slice of heaven in and place it on the table because it just looks so amazing.
It's distracting.
Oh, we love you.
you.
Thank you so much, McCafe, taking very special care of us. Hopefully the same can be said of our birthday boys and girls today. So we've got Romancia Seister Gilbert. I would like to wish a young viewer, Kaylee, who celebrates 3 years today. Kaylee, you look gorgeous. We love you. Every morning when she comes down the stairs, she greets everyone, starting with good morning, Cat. Oh, so good morning, Cat, wherever you are, bro. That's coming from Kaylee. Happy birthday, you sweet thing.
Oh, happy birthday, Kaylee. And then also Mark Gavin would like to wish his sister, Veronica Thompson, a very happy birthday. We hope that you're certainly spoiled today. And how lucky are you to have your birthday on a public holiday?
Oh, yeah, man. And then we've got Lil K. Lil K celebrates her birthday on Heritage Day. It's actually a guy. My apologies. Lil K. Mkhonza. He's got that gangster look though. He's like, yo, Lil K, yo.
Happy birthday. Then lastly to Yonetta Mentor Yulis, who would like to wish her grandma in Lotus River a happy 98th birthday.
Wow.
May you continue to be blessed. And oh my word, the wonderful stories. 98 years young.
I love that. 3 years old to 98 years old. We've covered the full spectrum. So hopefully you are feeling very blessed today on this Heritage Day. Happy birthday to you. If you'd like to celebrate with someone who is special to you, please send us an email, birthdays@cardova.tv. Let us know who we should be giving a shout out live on air.
Right, top of the hour, let's quickly take a last look at your news headlines on your Monday morning. Starting off with your national news, President Cyril Ramaphosa is scheduled to meet with CEOs of major companies in the United States, where he's attending his first meeting of the United Nations General Assembly. Ramaphosa's business meeting is part of his drive to attract foreign direct investment to boost South Africa's economy. The UN General Assembly debate will be preceded by the unveiling of a statue of the late former President Nelson Mandela in the historic Nelson Mandela Peace Summit, a high-level plenary meeting in honor of Madiba, who would have turned 100 this year. And there have been continuing tributes from political parties, parliament and organizations in the environmental sector after the death of Environmental Affairs Minister Edna Molewa. The 61-year-old Molewa passed away on Saturday in a Pretoria hospital following a short illness. She fell ill after accompanying President Cyril Ramaphosa on a state visit to China last week. Ramaphosa has announced that she will receive a state funeral on the 6th of October. Sandpark CEO Fundisile Mketeni said she was a leader of whose work speaks volumes, and her legacy will remain forever. Making international news headlines this morning, pirates have kidnapped 12 crew members of a Swiss cargo vessel in Nigeria. Masul Shipping said its vessel MV Glarus was carrying wheat from Lagos to Port Harcourt when it was attacked on Saturday. The pirates struck 45 nautical miles from Bonny Island in the Niger Delta, taking 12 of the 19 crew hostage. Much of the vessel's communications equipment was also destroyed. Specialists are en route to ensure the hostages' speedy and safe release, Masul Shipping said. And lastly, the Australian scare over needles found in strawberries has spread to New Zealand after needles were found in a punnet of the fruit in an Auckland supermarket. The supermarket chain said it had taken the brand of Australian strawberries off its shelves. There have been over 100 reports of needles being found in supermarket fruit in Australia. The statement said there has been no reports of illness or injury in New Zealand, but the chain advised customers to slice up any Australian strawberries before eating them. And that's where we leave your news headlines on your Monday morning.
Let's wrap up those major sporting headlines this morning, starting with some good news. Banyana successfully defended their COSAFA Cup title on Saturday, beating Cameroon by 2-1 in Port Elizabeth. Both of Banyana's goals coming courtesy of Rafielwe Jane. She was on fire, putting the home side ahead in the first half before sealing the victory with another goal in the 91st minute. Well done, ladies. Then in the Premiership results coming out of the weekend, plenty of goals. Orlando Pirates beat Baraka 2-1. SuperSport were on fire as well, pulling 4 past Leopards, while Chiefs down to Amazulu 2-0. Staying with the beautiful game, Liverpool moved to the top of the Premier League table on Saturday after a simple 3-0 win over Southampton at Anfield. All 3 goals coming in the first 45 minutes as Mo Salah found form again. Joel Matip also found the back of the net, and that added to Wesley Hood's own goal in the first 10 minutes of the game. Now the results, Man City crushed Cardiff 5-0. Man United drew 1-1 with Wolves, while Chelsea's clash with West Ham ended goalless. Then on to rugby locally, the Sharks in Western Province kept their unbeaten run in the Currie Cup going thanks to victories over the Lions and Griquas, respectively, on Saturday. In Durbs, the Sharks adapted well to the wet conditions as they scored 4 tries and 3 penalties to see out that 37-21 win over the Lions. Elsewhere, Western Province, now full of their Springboks, again beat the Griquas by 38-12, while the Cheetahs fell to a 14-42 loss to the Pumas, who keep their playoff hopes alive. And then finally, back to his best, South Africa's Brad Binder took the checkered flag at the Aragon GP in Spain yesterday to win his second race of the Moto2 season. Starting from pole, the Red Bull KTM Ayo rider did lose the lead as he dropped to second in lap 3, but Binder recovered well eventually to seal the win, with Francesco Bagnaia finishing second and Lorenzo Baldassari in third. So Binder now turns his attention to the next Moto2 race, and that's as the riders take on the Thailand Grand Prix on the 7th of October. That's a wrap of your sport for this Heritage Day special.
Don't fear the flu. Boost your immune system with Effaflu-C Immune Booster by Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
Thank you, Graham. Well, let's take a final look at what to expect in your weather today. First, we want to say thank you to all of the beautiful sunrise photos that's been coming through. We want to say a special thank you to Pauline Herman for sending in the red sunrise in Knysna, to Byron Bevanito for the sunrise in Newfields in Cape Town. Liz Decker, thank you for your picture in Llandudno, and to Vuyo, thank you for sending through your picture in Botshabelo in the Free State. If you have a picture you would love to send, feel free to do so on our Expresso Facebook page. But let's take a final look at the temperatures for today. Polokwane, your minimum for today is 13, your maximum 31. If you're Mbombela, a low of 16 can be expected with a high of 30. Pretoria 15, 32. Johannesburg 14 with a high of 30. Partly cloudy in Mahikeng 16, reaching a high of 32. Klerksdorp 17, 32. Kimberley 16, 29. Bloemfontein 12, reaching a high of 29. Richards Bay 20 with a high of 26. Pietermaritzburg 16, 21. Rain is expected in Durban, a low of 20 with a high of 24. Partly cloudy in Mthatha, a low of 15, a high of 22. East London 18, 23. Cradock 16, 29. Port Elizabeth 15, 23. George 12 with a high of 23. Sutherland 8, 24. Cape Town 12, 21. Worcester 10, 28. Springbok 8 with a high of 29, and Uppington a low of 20 and a high of 33 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather on your Heritage Day.
Well, leave the weather there. Let's pick up the music here. Dan Shout in the house with his band In With The Shout, and they're giving us some live music on this Heritage Day. Right now, a song called Be a Jersey Boogaloo. Let's go. this with the swag. Heritage Day celebrations. In with a shout. Man on the drums. Yeah, what it is. Gotta give everyone high fives. Gives you at home high fives as well. Listen, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be right back with all of that feel goodness on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Join us this Saturday evening on Top Billing as Uzalo's Mam Lambo proves nobody does wedding day drama quite like SA's biggest soapy. Blitzbok Chris Dry was the kid too small to make the team until sheer grit made him a world champion. And Fez learns to love the wide open reaches of the West Coast from Darling to Paternoster. That's Saturday at 6 on SABC3. The stage is yours.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
All right, welcome back. It's a Monday morning. Still catching my breath after that dance out there.
Awesome.
Man, Dan Shard and his band are amazing. But you know what time it is? It's a Monday, which means it's relationship talk time. Now, as time goes on, with our perceptions and approaches to certain customs do change, but core principles and practices from tradition do stick around. And so today, we'd like to talk about one of the most popular marriage customs that exists in many South African cultures, and that is, you might call it mahadi, some call it lobola, dowry, whichever way you prefer it.
That's right. So today we're asking, how do couples navigate lobola in the modern day and age? Does it still hold the same importance today? And should this process be complete before the Western wedding takes place? These are all of the questions we're asking. That's why we have our relationship expert, Dr. Eve and Mafe from Mhlobo Wenene in studio as he's helping us to build us and to discuss this topic, especially on a day like today, Heritage Day. Our lines are open, so if you have a comment or a question, feel free to call us. That number is 021 430 9881. We will love to engage with you.
All right, Brahmafa, Dr. Eve, good to have you discussing a very, very important topic that's had so many different twists and turns. Even if you listen to conversations on social media, it goes in very, very many different directions. So I'm going to ask both of you, from your research and your understanding, what is it that you know about lobola, why it exists, and the significance of it?
I want you to
Mafa, you can go first.
I'm a white girl. I'm a white girl. What I know, nobody's offered to pay any lobola for me.
In our culture, it's not a two-way thing. It's not me and you. It's a case where it's a union of two families. Exactly. Yes. So those a man like me, a young man, will identify this woman, and then I will tell my family that I have identified this woman and I want to get married to her.
Does she want to marry you, Martha?
Yes, I think we have agreement.
He's an attractive guy. Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, do they have an agreement?
Yes, we have an agreement, and then the two of us will need to consult with our families.
Exactly. It's not that you are buying the woman.
No, it's not about buying. No, it's not about that. Yes, no, it's not buying. Because if you take it that way, and then it becomes a problem within the marriage.
And this is where I think there's a distortion today.
Yes, exactly.
Where some feminists are saying the opposition around it is that this is women being bought. And I think this is not what the understanding is around it.
Actually, because now it's money, but back then it used to be cattle from 6 and above, depending on how the negotiations will go. So now, with the money now that is being used more often, the money that is used during the lobola will help during the traditional ceremony. So hence I'm saying that it's not, you're not buying, but it's part of this ceremony.
Great.
Yes,
So I
yeah.
think that's the kind of the important part that we need to be giving, because this is for the opposition. As I've been talking to people and doing some research around this, it seems as if there's a resistance in terms of Western culture that this is something which feminists, as I say, are opposed to, because it feels as if women are being bought. But as you're saying, and my understanding of it, this is two families who are agreeing because each person has agreed we want to be together. It's not like an arranged marriage or you are coercing or forcing this woman, you are buying her against her will.
Yeah, that's a misconception.
That's a misconception. So here we have two families who are becoming richer by joining together spiritually and in community forever, because it's a you know what I like about this practice is that it's an investment. It's a commitment. I mean, we know the problem. Right. I mean, we know that this is a difficult in modern day relationships. People don't do long-term commitments.
Yeah.
So here we have a lobola system where it's saying, I'm investing in you.
Exactly, into
and
this, what we
for
have.
long term.
For long term, yes. Yeah.
All right, all right. Listen, there's a lot for us to talk about. And as you can hear, clearly it's a very misunderstood topic, one that has a lot of depth to it. So the question we ask is, how do you as a couple, how do couples out there navigate lobola in this modern day and age? Is it something that should be in your marriage contract? Does it still hold importance today to you, your partner? And should this process be complete before the Western wedding, or should it take place afterwards? Should it even take place at all, those negotiations? Bopula molomu, such things. Give us a call on 021-430-9881. We'll be back with our relationship expert panel very shortly.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
This is going to be very, very interesting. Boiti Tulo joining us on the Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. So good to have you. Can I just have one of these? Bam, good to see you. It's been 2 years almost.
I know.
Hey?
It's been forever.
It's been forever.
Why did it take you guys so long to bring you back here?
And now we can enjoy a fish fry together.
Yay.
How's that? It's Heritage Day. I hope you're going to be lighting your fires. If you're wondering what you're going to be up to today, well, we're going to show you exactly. We have the gorgeous yellowtail that we're going to put on the fire, but the best is in the marinade. We've got some apricot jam, we've got some garlic, we've got some lemon juice and lemon zest. We can all put that on there. It's going to come together in deliciousness. She doesn't believe me that I do some cooking on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. But anyways, when was the last time you bride? Boiti, let's come on, be honest. Be honest.
Myself? Like
yes, yourself.
me doing the thing?
Yes.
Probably in my past life, but you know.
Okay, all
I feel
right.
like, I don't know, maybe I just don't remember. At this point, it might have been before I was born.
There's a first time for everything. Yeah. I'm going to put you to work this morning. So I know that your nails are absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at these nails. And you're making all kinds of waves in the entertainment industry right now. We're so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Don't do that to the fish.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it.
So yellowtail, first and foremost, we're using yellowtail because it is on the sassy green list, all right? It's okay to eat. It's a sustainable fish source. You can get that. So it's great. And it's also got a nice firm texture for the braai, which is amazing. It's all about the marinade. So check this thing. This is our basting brush. So we got some thyme as well in there, and some rosemary. It smells amazing. You can smell that? Yes?
Ooh,
so let's put together our marinade. So we got some apricot jam. Get in there, come on.
Shouldn't you use a little... I'll help you.
Yes, I'm so glad you're coming to the party.
So much for being a chef.
I'm so glad you're coming to the party.
Sure.
You should read these things. We got some Clover Olive Pride, which is a great blend of seed oils and extra virgin olive oil.
Okay. So how much are you supposed to be putting in?
Just, we feel it. We feel it. That's all.
And what's that? The
lemon
garlic?
juice and zest.
Oh, lemon juice.
Wow.
That's the I mean, it looks the same.
Give that a good mix for us.
Great.
Now we're using our Clover Olive Pride because it's got a high smoke point. All right, so it goes very nice, and then you've got a nice olive kind of undertone to the fish as well.
Fantastic.
Let's put a little bit more in there.
You didn't feel it enough?
There
we go. God, that looks like a lot.
It's good. It's good. Let's give it a bit of a season as well.
Cool.
Some black pepper.
So we season the basting instead of the actual fish?
Just a bit of it. Yeah.
Do both.
There we go. We're going to do both. At the end, you can throw in. So now, Boiti, you need to take your herb brush, all right? And you're going to pop that in there, and you're going to start kind of, brushing, slapping the fish. Yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to kind of transfer some of the flavors of the herb onto the fish as well.
Great.
Get it in there. Yes. Look at that.
God, that's so amazing.
Like a professional. And
Meanwhile,
I'm going to grab our tongs.
And then are we going to turn it around?
No. Just the top like that, because the skin side down, that's what's going to...
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Come on, get in there. Perfect.
Should I do more?
Do one more.
Okay. Now, that's great.
Now we're going to pop this on the braai. And it looks delicious. So So we're going to keep it skin side down.
Okay.
Now, because we have a braai that's got a lid, we don't have to turn it. So we're going to close it. It's going to cook through. The heat is going to make sure, because fish is
Now, what
quick.
if you don't have a braai that...
No longer than, if you don't have a braai, here's a very interesting tip. Either you can do it on a grid that you can turn, but always just make sure that you oil it beforehand. Or another great tip is if you have a grid and you have the cold but no top, take a braai. If you have a stainless steel braai bak, you know, place it over the fish and it'll steam. And then just before you take it off, you quickly, one quick turn, sizzle it on that side, and you're done.
Got it.
And
so we're
you're
closing
done.
it?
Close it for us. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. That's Clover to 33728. And as you go along, it's going to take 10 to 15 minutes for that thing to get finished. And whilst you go, keep basting it with your brush as well.
Fantastic.
Have you learned something?
Absolutely.
Are you going to do it?
Where?
At home, Boity. Love it. Listen,
I think so.
I'll tell you what, while we discuss this further, if you've missed any of the steps to this recipe, here they are once more.
There's nothing more satisfying than cooking a whole fish on the braai. It looks spectacular and tastes delicious. So why not add a touch of pride to your braai this Heritage Day by making this Clover Olive Pride grilled yellowtail recipe. For this recipe, you'll need 3 tablespoons Clover Olive Pride, a blend of seed oils and extra virgin olive oil, 1 whole yellowtail fish butterflied, the zest and juice of 1 lemon, 3 cloves of garlic finely chopped, 3 tablespoons apricot jam melted, 5 sprigs thyme, 2 sprigs rosemary, salt and pepper. Lay your yellowtail fish skin side down on the bottom half of the braai grid. Add the lemon zest and juice, garlic, melted apricot jam, a touch of pride, and salt and pepper into a mixing bowl. Mix well to combine. Next, use a piece of butcher's string and tie the rosemary and thyme together to form a basting brush. Use your herb basting brush, brush the marinade mixture over the fish. Place the fish over medium coals, skin side down, and allow to cook for 5 to 6 minutes. Serve the fish with freshly sliced lemons and a side salad of your choice and enjoy. Make this recipe with family and friends and you'll be sure to find yourself with many a compliment.
Made with love by Clover.
Delicious. Look at that fish. This is what it looks like when it's done. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Now continue, of course, basting your fish. Give it a one more slap with the herbs there. One more slap with the herbs there. Get some nice on there. Yes.
Oh, God.
Careful your dress.
I know. That's what I'm literally
There we
about.
go. And you'll see that's going to come ready
Ooh,
in
it smells so
no
good.
time. Boity was never ready for this morning. The keyword is Clover. SMS that to 33728. Of course, you can also use this paste or your basting sauce for any type of fish as long as it's on the sassy green list, and you can serve it with a brilliant side salad we made a little bit earlier on as well.
Are we going to eat it just to test your skills?
Do you want to taste?
I don't know. Should we?
I think you should.
I'm scared.
Why?
I don't know, because I don't trust you.
That's
I'm
evil.
joking.
Go. Come. Yes. Mind
That's
blown.
really good.
Mind blown.
I'm
I
being
told
serious.
you.
That's amazing. What
Clover
did you put in there?
to 337. You saw exactly what went in there. Clover to 33728.
Yo, that's good.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
It's Monday, and so we're talking relationships, and our relationship expert, Dr. Eve, is in the hot seat alongside Mafa from Mhlobo Wenene. It is Heritage Day, and we're discussing how the marriage customs of Lobola is navigated in the modern day and age. And our lines are open, so if you have any questions or comments, we would love to hear from you. That number is 021 430 9881.
All right, Dr. Eve, so given the discussions that we had now during the break and the explanation of what happens after the agreement has been formed between the two partners of marriage and now the families are negotiating Lobola, do you think you have a better understanding and perhaps a switch of mind as to what it might have meant before? Because a lot of the people you were talking to were like, you're buying the woman. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I think that there is a huge place for it in families, in bringing families together. What I did, Kat, was put up a poll last night, and I asked people to give me their thoughts about Lobola. Here, Mafa, you can see that yourself. So we've got important to me, 53% say it's important, no longer relevant, 26%, and unsure is 21%. And we had 177 votes. And there are lots of tweets that are coming through. People are really showing quite a lot of ambivalence around it and saying this topic makes us look like your anthropological study in primitive. The segment is clearly not directed towards blacks.
It's not directed towards...
And somebody else says to me, you should have declined the segment. You are waving Western views on African tradition.
Well, maybe let's kind of just set it out straight from the beginning.
Or feminists
we
to talk about
aren't doing that. We are exploring the topic and asking questions in order to understand. Because, you know, like it or not, there are even modern-day black people that don't fully understand what Makhadi or Lobola is all about. So we're asking the question because it's Heritage Day and we're trying to learn as much as we can.
That's right. Now, on the line, we have Tobeko from Cape Town. Good morning.
Hi, Tobeko.
Hi.
Morning.
Morning.
What's your comment or question for Dr. Eve Matha?
Yeah, I just want to say something about it, Lobola.
Okay.
They can't pay after. They can't pay after the wedding. They must pay before.
Okay.
Because our culture. Because if you didn't, you married before. If you married before Lobola, so you have not respect.
Okay.
So they must respect you. If they pay Lobola first, then they marry you. Because I don't think you got it. Because sometimes if they married before Lobola, they can't make Lobola anymore because they got what they want. So if you want something, you must pay before.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you for that,
beforehand.
I think I agree with her because that shows value to the woman, that you value her. Even if you're sharing the space, we're staying together. To us in our culture, it's not recognized. So Faten said, for us, it's not recognized. Yes, you're not recognized as a couple.
Maybe you must explain what Faten said means.
You stay together with this woman.
Just in jail.
Just in jail. Nothing was paid. No negotiations were made between the two families. You just erase this, the both of you.
But customary marriage does not demand lobola. You can still get married according to the customary marriage without having paid lobola.
That's not a marriage then. In our culture.
You wouldn't see
if
it
there's
as
no lobola,
if there's no
then
lobola.
that's not it.
So what would happen if the person needs to collect money and pay off and the couple really want to be married beforehand? Would that not be a good
They will have to wait.
Good idea. They would have to wait for lobola.
Exactly.
And this is one of the complaints.
Raise the money.
Yeah.
Raise the
and
money.
then you have to wait
then,
and wait and wait. And he's spending money on, as I said, fancy cars
I tell you
or
what,
fancy other equipment.
Let's pause it for a second, and we hope we get more calls like Tobeka, people expressing their opinions on Makhadi, Lobola. And I think one of the things that we probably need to be careful of is the way in which we word certain things, especially because right now it's no longer the exchange of cattle, but now the exchange of actual money, and what we say about that payment, that exchange, that transaction. Give us a call, 0214309881. It's Heritage Day when we're learning about each other.
We are learning.
Yes, it is Heritage Day, and we're continuing with this chat with Dr. Eva and Mafa from Umhlobo Wenene on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Lobola, 0214309881, if you have a question or comment.
And we were listening to a caller now. It's going to get heated, but I absolutely love that. Then we continue exploring and celebrating our heritage with a braai, of course, as you must as a South African. Now we're going to add the perfect accompaniment. It is grilled corn with a garlic sauce, and it is smelling amazing. Stick around. Man, my mouth is watering.
Science reaches for the truth. Science works for the big and the small, the old and the young. Science never gives up. And science is at the heart of biology-based nutrition for differences you can see, feel, and trust. The secret to lifelong health, it all starts with science.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday and relationship talk. Heritage Day, as we continue to learn about each other. People like Tobek are calling us and saying, no, you cannot pay lobola after the Western wedding. You must practice the custom first, and then the Western wedding comes in. You give us your call, 0214309881.
A very interesting one. Now, we've been talking about lobola and the process involved, but I want to bring it to today. Modern age, modern times. Do people still practice the exact same practices? Like you said, back in the day it was cattle, now it's more monetary value. How has it changed the negotiation process?
I think the negotiation process are still the same, because as I said, that it's the two families. But now with the economic conditions, you might have the money and I'm unemployed, but we are in love. So you have the means, I don't have the means. Even though it's not correct, but people still do that. You will give me the money to take to your family and pay your family, but you don't have to tell your family that you're the one who raised the money.
Okay.
Because you want to keep the respect on my side as a groom, because by culture is the culture that the groom has to be the one who pays lobola. So, but now,
doesn't matter.
Yes,
are you going to tell your bride that? Because otherwise you're going to start out your marriage in debt and with a secret. Come on, my father.
That's what I'm saying. That it should be a debate or an argument between the two of you, and maybe how desperate you are to get into this.
To get married.
So that's another thing. Talk.
All right. Know that.
Yeah. These things do happen.
She should know that, but do she know? Kulela is joining us on the line from Joburg. A very good morning, Kulela.
Yes, how are you?
Very good. Happy Heritage Day to you. Let's have your comment or your question on this subject of Mahali Lobola.
That's good. The Lobola you can pay after the marriage or before the marriage. Depend onto the love of the two. If the girl I love is still at school, I can practice the Western marriage by signing the papers. By arranging with their parents. Then after she finishes matric, I can marry her and pay the lobola.
All right, Kulela, thank you very much.
Also, on that culture.
Yes.
If I kidnap the girl without talking to her to marry her, I have to pay before. That is the forcing and is a jail.
Okay. So I think, as far as I'm understanding what Kulela is talking about, it sounds like he's bringing Utwala into the conversation as well, whereas what we're discussing is the process of lobola. And my understanding is that he's not really too concerned about the timing of each one. As long as there's agreement, then the signing of the marriage certificate a la Western style can happen before the actual lobola is paid. Though obviously the negotiations would have happened and the agreement would have been reached. Right? Okay, clearly there's a lot to take in. When I come back, when we come back, I want to find out about how that payment of lobola or the exchange of lobola thus influences the interaction and the relationship between husband and wife in the modern day marriage and what that should mean. 0214309881. Hey, see, chat is an
All right, the season has changed. Time to roll up those sleeves and get cleaning again. It's How to Clean with Mac time. So those gorgeous, lovely sunny days are with us again, thankfully. So letting in the lights, not only to brighten up the home, it creates a cheerful, optimistic state of mind. We've needed the seasons to change, and cleaning windows around the home can be a bit of a chore. We know this. So with our go-to Mac cleaning products and a little bit of a how-to guide, you can get it done in no time at all, and you'll love the results.
Absolutely. So let's run you through what we're going to be using first and foremost. Now, Mac dishwashing liquid, it's the best performing dishwashing liquid on the market. It's high-active foam formula combined with the power of lemon, cuts grease, removes food residue, and leaves items thoroughly clean and fresh smelling. Then Mac multi-purpose cream cleaner contains an effective detergent and a soft abrasive to lift dirt and stubborn stains, leaving surfaces shiny clean without scratching. And Mac multi-purpose thick bleach combines a detergent which does the cleaning and the bleaching agent which disinfects and removes odors, giving 24-hour germ protection.
I like that. So first up, use the garden hose to wash down the exterior surfaces, obviously not the interior. Remove as much dust and grit as possible to prevent scratching on that glass. Then make up a solution of MAC dishwashing liquid and using a squeegee, work from the top to the bottom of the window panes. And then a crumpled up newspaper, as we know, makes cleaning a little bit easier as the ink acts as a mild abrasive, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And then rinse with clear water and add a few drops of MAC thick bleach to remove all traces of grease and add even more shine and sparkle.
It'll sparkle. Now, these are usually frosted, etched or patterned glass which collect dust. Now, remove as much dust and grit as possible, then MAC dishwash liquid and a squeegee. Mop will do the trick to thoroughly clean and restore shine.
And then we move on to our mirrors. Okay, and these are usually given a quick wipe every week, but they should be thoroughly cleaned from time to time, especially in the bathroom. Soap, scum, grease, and even stray hairs are caught up in the showers. MAC dishwashing liquid will take care of cleaning the glass sections, and you use your MAC cream cleaner to clean the metal or plastic finishes. And finally, give the whole area a rinse with a weak solution of MAC thick bleach.
Then, for our next tip, bathroom mirrors are subjected to warm, moist conditions, so use MAC dishwashing liquid in warm water to gently sponge the mirror, rinse well, and add a few drops of MAC thick bleach to the final rinse, then dry thoroughly. Now, decorative mirrors can be cleaned in the same way, but take care not to wet the frames or for the water to run between the frame and the mirror.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are going to be left with a little bit of damage. And then finally, do a shine with a scrunched up newspaper, and that will most certainly sort you out with a squeaky clean.
You want to hear that. Now, there's nothing worse or as dangerous as a dirty, smudged windscreen as an added bonus. So a short squirt of MAC dishwash to the windscreen water tank, believe it or not. So this is going to keep your windscreen clean and streak-free. And your rear view side mirrors need a regular clean as well. So wipe over with MAC dishwashing liquid for perfect results. Happy and safe driving.
That's a nice tip. I like that.
Man.
So, MAC makes definitely cleaning easy, and you can win a MAC hamper every single week. And this morning, we want to say congratulations to Simpiwe, who won the hamper last week. Congratulations, my friend.
And if you want to stand a chance of winning, all you have to do is SMS the keyword MAC to 33728. That's going to cost you just $1.50. No free SMSs apply. But always, you can find those terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. And this giveaway will end on midnight on Friday.
MAC dishwashing liquid has a high foam formula that quickly and easily cuts through grease, making it easy for you to shine.
All right, after all that cleaning talk, we need a bit of a break. When we come back, more with Dr. Eve on Relationship Talks. We're talking the tradition of lobola. We're also taking it to the kitchen or the outside, and we're making a grilled corn with creamy garlic sauce. You want to make sure you stick around.
Don't take credit. Unexpected coming from a bank. But just think about it. Using credit to finance a flashy lifestyle to show that you've arrived won't help you live better. What's new today is old tomorrow, except for the debt that you still have to pay. But do take credit to renovate your home, buy a more reliable car, or pay for your children's education. If that's your goal, then Capitec will help you realize your dreams. Because living better starts when you get credit for the right reasons.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Heritage Day celebrations on your feel-good breakfast show. Relationship talk time mixed in with that, of course. And we're learning about the culture of lobola or mahadi. And earlier on, we had a caller called Kulela who was talking about uktwala, which is the age-old tradition of kidnapping. And obviously, there's lots of semantics that go into that and how it was practiced. We are completely and unequivocally against that. There is no person here who stands for that. The caller was expressing their opinion on whether they think the payment of lobola should be done before or after marriage, and those were their views. We do not stand by that whatsoever, just to put it out there. 021-430-9881.
We actually have another caller on the line. Tandy, good morning.
Good morning to you and happy heritage.
Oh, thank you. Happy Heritage Day to you too. What's your comment or question for us this morning?
Look, my comment is on your topic. Okay. Lobola is kind of, I would call it a ritual. Okay. It's not the matter of you are paying a woman that you want to marry. Okay. As Mafa explained, it's a form of negotiation, and it used to be done by means of cows. All right? But because now times have changed, we use money. Okay? So it's two families that are getting together, negotiating. Okay? Because they are building here a relationship. Okay? As the guys will get married. So you can never get married before the negotiation, lobola negotiations takes place. All right? So a family, even though it's money, but they will still ask that we need so many cows. Okay? And then the man's family will then pay off whatever is being asked from the woman's family, from the woman's side.
Tandy, I have a question to ask. Are you married, and were there lobola negotiations and exchanges that took place before your wedding?
Of course. Of course. And look, it's a very tedious and frustrating
process.
What do you call it?
A process. Yes.
Okay, because as a woman, you are not involved whatsoever. It's only families, your uncles, okay, that will negotiate for you. And sometimes they will say, our girl is educated, so we need, say, 20 cows. And each cow costs so much. All right? And then it's a to and fro kind of process. Very tedious and frustrating.
Tandy, I wonder...
Sorry, Tandy, I have one more question for you. Was your lobola process, how much different was yours in comparison to that of your parents?
Oh my word. Look, I can't really say, because the process was really similar. Because sometimes the elders will try to compare the olden days to today. You see, that's what makes it so frustrated for us, because we get so impatient. Okay, we don't see the real fuss about why they need so many cows, because they will tell you before you can even arrange or even set a date. They need to tell you, because it's the first day that they will negotiate, and then they will be told that this family needs so many cows, and they need to go back and negotiate. Okay, and then the second time around, they will put whatever was asked. And then the third time, that's when now they will welcome the in-laws and they will slaughter. All right. After that third time, when the in-laws now are being welcomed, then the two lovers will then now set up a date of marriage.
All right, Tandy. I wish I had time, because I wanted to ask the question, and I think maybe we do. I'll pose this one question to you. So, after the negotiations were done and you were married, how did that impact on your relationship with your husband? What is the dynamic there?
Look, I think, guys, and I think I'm now referring this to the youth, to those people who want to get married. You need to be ready. Because if you are not ready, you rush this. You won't be happy in your marriage. You see, because now, if you didn't save, you will have to go and make loans. And that's what really happens. And that's what makes problems in the marriage, because it's not sustainable, and there will be finger pointing, you know. Otherwise, people that want to get married need to save. You've got to save. And there is no shortcut, because this is the culture. They are making a ritual. And that's what African people need to understand, because I think it goes all the races.
Tandy, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You've been a wealth of knowledge, and thank you for sharing your experience with us.
And I think I agree with her on a number of things about the recognition. When you start to be recognized as the groom to that family, it is only after the negotiations are done and the two families have agreed. Because now, in our culture, it means that the other side has gained a son and the other side has gained a daughter. So that's the thing. So it's a union of two families.
So one would imagine or would hope that that would strengthen the marriage, but I wonder if it does add gravitas to the marriage and make two people think, well, we've done this investment, we've done this whole family ritual, and therefore we have to stay together and work harder on the marriage. Exactly. Do you find that couples would be aware of that and say, okay, we really want to work on this marriage?
Yeah, I think so. With that process, that's where you became to value each other then, because you have walked this process and the families that are involved into this. So it's more about valuing each other and also that yes, and also the mutual respect, because I didn't. At the end of the day, but it was more of a gesture.
I tell you what, unfortunately, it is so unfortunate that we have run out of time. And thank you to our callers for offering their views and their opinions. And of course, the concerns around lobola shouldn't detract from the essence of the custom itself. It still remains popular because, of course, it promotes harmony, as we've just said, between two marrying families, the marrying couple, a bringing together of community, as well as conveying the dignity and support that promotes a harmonious union. We hope that it does carry on going forward, growing in the future of South Africa in that sentiment. Thank you very much to Martha and Dr. Eve. Thanks, babe. Oh my word, what a conversation. Wow.
It's thick, it's creamy, it's healthy, it's delicious. It's a Be Well's canola oil mayonnaise. And it is the hero here. Well, it's one of the heroes.
One of the heroes.
As we continue to explore our heritage, and of course, the braai is the perfect way to bring people together. And by the way, thank you so much to all of our callers in our lobola chat. That was so cool, so educational. So now we turn our attention to corn on the cob. It might be humble. You might think it's a background player in the braai, but we're about to put him front and center.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. Look at these guys.
Wow.
Yes, exactly.
I'm seeing the charring looks amazing, but it's this other stuff going on here that you need to explain. So what are we making,
First
brother?
and foremost, dude, let's get these guys on the braai. So we got two already going.
Dun, dun, dun.
And they have been heating up very nicely. So we could just pop these up.
And I love the fact that yellow is a good sign. When you start to see it go in intense dark yellow like the sun,
now these
and
guys
it gets
are heating
that
up
charring.
very nicely. So we'll leave that for a couple of more seconds. Now we need to make this creamy garlic sauce, dude. So first and foremost, our Be Well thick and creamy canola. So I just want two nice big dollops of these guys.
Boink.
Okay,
Nice.
maybe just a little bit more.
Yeah, come on, man.
Just like that. Now for our spices, we got some pesto.
Lovely.
Dude, this is going to add a complete different dynamic as well.
And we've gone for the traditional pesto. Yeah, I'm seeing the pine nut kernels in there as well.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
so here, some smoked paprika. Smell that.
Whoa.
Beautiful. So we got some garlic and some chili for a bit of spice as well. Of course, if you don't want the chili or don't want it as spicy, you can do away with it.
What's wrong with you, man? Come on.
You know?
Get a little heat, get a little spice.
And then here we have just some parmesan.
Oh, nice.
I want to leave a little just for some garnish at the end.
And that garlic parmesan, it's a strong flavor, but it's awesome. And especially when you've got something that's, I mean, you're going to get a beautiful buttery flavor, naturally a nuttiness from the cornels, the corn kernels, because they've been charred. And that seems to be a common thread when doing veggies or these sorts of things. On the braai, you want that charred kind of caramelization.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there we have it. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Oh, give that a smell, dude.
And in seconds. Wow.
Now that is beautiful.
Wow.
So if you don't mind grabbing off one of those corns, the one that's done.
I'm going to go for one of the more charred versions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they probably could have done with a little bit more, but they're still
But they're beautiful,
amazing.
and I just want to show you how to layer it. So now, you just go about, bam, on top. So it's still nice and hot, so it'll kind of melt down. You don't have to be shy when it comes to these guys because they are going to be, like you said, front and center.
And you might want to have like a lappy over your shoulder when you eat these.
That's it.
Because you have to do it with your hand.
There we go.
The keyword here is Be Well to 33728, and we'll send you this ingenious ingredients list straight to your phone. And that's it. Bam.
That's it. Done. I mean, this is something other than, if you want to have a try, I'm going to try.
Please.
Dude.
Thank you so much.
You gotta go for it, man. Yeah, just good luck with that.
Can you see all of you? There we go.
Good luck for it. You see?
To coin a Boichi phrase, what did you put in this, man? That is amazing.
That's good.
That is, you know what I'm liking here? Because you've got strong flavors with the garlic and the parmesan, but it's balanced with like an acidity.
And then the sweetness from the corn as well.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. That is delicious. You can, in fact, this could be your standalone meal on the braai.
Dude, if you want to up your sweet corn game, this is the way to do it. SMS the keyword BWAL to 33728. That's BWAL to 33728. And you'll be dancing like Graham as well around the braai. Because why? It is Braai Day. It is Heritage Day. BWAL to 33728.
That is so good.
All right, we're nearing the end of your Feel Good Breakfast Show, your Heritage Day serving of it. I mean, please have a look at myself and my nono, Princess Simeshile Dali, Heritage. Listen, join the conversation with us. What are you going to be wearing for Heritage Day today? Hashtag Expresso Show on our social media. Also, still coming up after the break, Dan Shart is performing for us. So you want to make sure you catch all of that and more. Ooh, muffin ready? Ngiyabonga nono.
Enjoy a moment in between with McCafe. See you after the break.
Voted best courier in South Africa for over 10 years, at Globe Flight our approach is to simply keep our word. When the quality of our courier service was certified ISO 9001 compliant, it only confirmed what Globe Flight customers already know, that from domestic same day to international air freight, Globe Flight delivers smiles 24/7, 365.
In that case, I'd like everybody to go from letter J. Letter J. Letter J. I just want to ask the melodies of guys, let's go. Short. Letter J. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. It's Heritage Day. Umhlobo Wenene is in studio with us, the BEE show. And we've asked you on social media to share with us what you love the most about your heritage and about Heritage Day. And your comments have arrived. I see Ulushe Oliver saying, my heritage, being proudly South African, respect others, other cultures and beliefs, and making the day feel positive. Definitely having lots of fun with that. And it's all about Ubuntu, I suppose. That's what's coming through there. I see Vuyile case study Mkielwa says, I like the way amaXhosa do things. Their attire and Xhosa food like umvubo, umngqusho and umkhafunyeko, etlusikisiki, kwanyati, eshukas, hashtag Heritage Day. There's something really special. We've got to give it to the Xhosa people about their variety of foods. And Ukungeka Mzweni says, my favorite people. Okay, where's Coach? Okay, I don't know who Coach is, but happy Heritage Day in the studio watching under the blankets. That's something to like about Heritage and about Heritage Day, I suppose. About my heritage, love the food and the clothing, also the traditional activities we often do. That's from Mendy Nsepo. Let us know. Join the conversation. Be part of it. Hashtag Expresso Show.
All right, it's been quite a Heritage Day, celebrating with Dan Shout, and in with the Shout, of course, the band here that's been entertaining us. Beautiful stuff. Thanks for the music, guys. We really do appreciate it. Give us a bit of an update on what's going to be going on with you guys. Dan,
well,
where are you
just
performing?
released a brand new album. It's out on iTunes and Spotify and all the digital media, called In With a Shout Secret Weapons. And we're going to be playing in a couple of festivals around town coming up this summer. And you can check out danshout.co.za for details on that.
Fantastic stuff. We'll be looking out for that. And right now, you're about to play us out on this Heritage Day with a song that is Yo Lekker Ding. That's the only way to describe it. Yo Lekker Ding. Laat baie met dit ding.
About a special place called Newlands.
Let's go.
Here we go. 1, 2, 2.
Yes, man, celebrating Heritage Day. Thank you very much. In with a shout, Dan, shout, man. Was that a bit of Guma
for the Cape Town
bit
vibe,
of Gum as well, if you will. Listen, we're bringing in the whole family. Come in, guys, come in. Look, their cuteness, their cuteness. And as we close it off, we want to say thank you so much to our friends for joining us today and really bring us into the fold of his Xhosa culture. And of course, we continue to learn about so many different cultures in our country. Correct. But thank you to them for being part of it. Sidlile breakfast eyondlayo ekseni namhlanje.
Sitholile.
Hey, and Abu Mama looking so beautiful as well. Princess. Hey.
It's so wonderful, so bright and colorful, and you can see the burst of tradition and culture and heritage coming through in everyone. It's really exciting, and I hope you make the most of it today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're feeling a little broody there, Harvey.
Like 100.
It's ticking.
100. Oh my word. Yeah, well, we hope that when you go out there, you'll continue to celebrate our beautiful country, celebrate our heritage, celebrate our diversity that brings us together. We love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.
So, Made with Love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.